sports fans, thank you for listening to State of My Sports, where we talk about State of Michigan sports and State of Michigan beer. If you aren't following us on social media yet, please do so by searching State of MI Sports. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast along with our YouTube channel so you do not miss an episode. For even more content, check out our website, stateofmisports.com. Before we get into the episode, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Dehops Brewing Company and Cafe is the official brewery of State of My Sports. Siciliano's Market helps us pick out the best Michigan beers for each and every episode. Also, Caleb from Mac Web Design helped us get our website created. So check out all of our sponsors and let them know that we sent you. Thank you again for jumping on to episode 82. Today we're going to briefly talk about what transpired for the Michigan Wolverines. They beat Rutgers. We're going to talk about that. Good win.
Huge win.
Big
Huge
win.
Yeah.
They look great.
Detroit Lions. We're going to talk about that as well.
Better than ever.
Better than Lions.
And then we're going to talk. Ryan's going to lead the discussion of when we talk Pistons. Basically, all I have on my list are the draft picks, so we're going to need Ryan's expertise to
You're
kind of
gonna
figure out.
You're gonna have to cut me off.
Figure out
on
how
that
we got
because
there. So that,
Somebody
I got a lot to talk
you
about.
were the one that came up with the
Good.
idea of a 10-minute timer, right? So this
Yeah.
is that's the perfect segment to start this.
Well,
That,
I don't know.
Do it with him and the Lions.
You could do a combo of Michigan and the Lions, and that's 10 minutes.
That's
right
10
there.
minutes right there. Yeah.
Sounds good. We're gonna drink some.
He just sounds good, but then has no intention of actually doing
Yeah.
it.
I didn't even hear what you
100%.
said. I just had sounds good. I have no idea what you said. We're gonna make our Dehops Brewing Company and Cafe picks of the week against the spread. And then, of course, we're going to grade our Siciliano's Market Michigan beers. Also, we got something fun for you guys. Southern Hiss sauces. We got 9 of them. So our fun little segment today is going to be taste testing all of them. We've never done anything like that, but I think it's going to be a good time. We're going to see how and just kind of talk about it as we go. We'll tell you guys which ones we like and which ones we dislike. We'll tell you all about them as we get this episode rolling. I'm Sam Waltart. With me today, we got Micah Smith, Ryan Waltart over there, and Kyle Fossey waving his hand like a moron. I don't know what he's doing. But
King Kyle.
I'm cheering for myself.
Like a moron.
Micah, you are back today.
I'm
Where
back.
were you at last week? What's going on?
I just had a lot going on, boys.
Yeah, well, you said you had
Yeah, we never
family in
asked.
town, right?
Yeah, I had family in town from Washington, obviously, because they
Did you
live.
actually see them, or was that just your excuse to get out of the podcast? Well, I have family
Oh,
in
I
town.
definitely
I'm
went
not
out to
gonna-
eat with them.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was nice seeing Aunt Mel, and not the whole family was here. So she came in to get my grandfather moved out of his home into a care facility.
Oh,
So,
gotcha.
yeah, that was them just kind of cleaning out the house, getting things ready, and getting him moved. So
Good. I'm glad you had a good
Awkward.
week. Good week off.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Why is Sam so awkward?
Because
I just wanted the record to show, too, that when I waved my hand and pumped my fist, he said waving his fist like a moron.
Yeah.
That's the opening shot right there. Okay? I didn't start this
Shots-
war,
shots were
but I'll
fired.
finish it.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm really nervous. I think we should just call it a day. Let's wait till tomorrow. Can we regroup till tomorrow?
We'll come back tomorrow.
My wife would actually really like that. Yeah.
Wait, you're going to be gone tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's the point. But we're going to talk Michigan sports. We're going to drink some Michigan beer, and obviously we're going to have a good time doing that. I want to start with the Michigan game before we get into our beer introductions. Michigan beat Rutgers 48-42 in triple overtime. Michigan was down 17-0 late in the second quarter, not third quarter, as I wrote incorrectly. We got a timer on me. Oh, great. I can't even get through the
just gonna
timer. I
start,
can't even read everything through the timer. When Harbaugh finally pulled the plug on Joe Milton, he went 5 of 12 for 89 yards and negative 16 rushing yards, and really just struggled getting anything going for the offense. I think that was really the key. So
it's not good.
he switched over to Cade McNamara. He came
Who's
in
good.
and threw a 46-yard touchdown on
Here's
his
the
first
problem
drive
with Joe. He's a bad football
to
player.
Cornelius Johnson, who also led the team in
At the
receiving with
position he was playing.
105 total yards on 5 catches, and 2 of them for 4 touchdowns. McNamara pretty much saved this team, I feel like. I mean, it gives you something to watch. He went 27-36 for 260 total, 4 touchdowns through the air, and 1 on the ground. Obviously, your numbers will inflate a little bit when you go into overtime, little triple overtime. But
let me ask you this real quick.
Still,
did Haskins have 110 yards on 22 carries?
he did, yeah. So that was kind of I thought
Says it.
interesting to see that we finally had a lead back. It wasn't the two-headed monster that everybody has to have equal touches, anything like that. Haskins got the number 1 carries. He got the number 1 touches as the running back, 110 yards, 22 carries, as Kyle already mentioned perfectly. Yeah, it's against Rutgers. But, I mean, look, it's better than losing to Rutgers.
That's true.
Right?
He was monstrous.
So
Rutgers is better than they have been. It's clear.
Like ever.
Everybody,
Ever.
Yeah, everybody
Right?
sees that, but you still expect to beat them.
yeah, and I feel like and what I want to do with this win against Rutgers is it seems like the narrative that all of these Harbaugh haters have is wins and losses. Well, you don't win these games. You don't win games. If it's wins and losses, you just beat Rutgers. So don't complain about how you beat Rutgers.
It's a win.
For that group. I'm not part of that group. I like Harbaugh still, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Actually, just listen to last week's episode.
Please no. We did plenty of that last week.
Basically, this is going to be a quick conversation, but we finally found the quarterback of 2020.
Seems that way.
It feels that way, right?
Should be.
Now, one thing that I think is a massive red flag for this team and this coaching staff. Like, again, I defend the coaching staff. I defend Harbaugh. But I think, put all the losses aside here, the thing that's most concerning to me about Harbaugh in this regime is why in the world is Joe Milton winning this job out of camp? Why in the world was Joe Milton the quarterback heading into this game when we obviously can see who the better quarterback is in gameplay? And obviously we don't know what's going on in practice and stuff. But what we saw last week, in my opinion, was enough. That it was at least a good question.
It's pretty clear.
To put Joe Milton on a short leash.
But you said last week that he should go back out there and start, right? You wanted to see him do that again.
I did say that, yes.
I would have agreed.
But
and to me, this was, I've been saying it for 2 weeks now. I wanted him to, I was excited about the prospect of Joe Milton coming into this year because of what you heard about camp, the reasons that we've talked about, him winning the job over other talented quarterbacks like McCaffrey. And so if he was going to, you assume that they were seeing the right things in practice day in, day out. How can they miss it so badly? Because 3 weeks into the season, I was calling for him to be, I was not even saying like, well, he's just struggled. No, he looked bad and he was playing bad. He should be, they should know that at this point. They should have known that at that point. Last game, he should not have gotten the start against Rutgers. I'm sorry, but look, why would you start him? I'm kind of where you were starting off here. How does he even get the start against Rutgers when Cade McNamara was the only thing that happened positively against Wisconsin?
Well, in defense of the coaches, Joe Milton may have actually looked really good in practice against Don Brown's defense. And he may have looked that much better than McCaffrey, than McNamara. But everything changes when you start playing other teams, when you start going through the schedule. It changes. It just does.
Yeah, but
you see the same look defense for months.
Yeah, but the knock on Milton coming out of high school was he had a less than 50% completion percentage in high school against that kind of competition, which meant that, he had a huge arm. He had a body like people were comparing him to, Cam Newton and everything, which completely unfair comparison.
Yep.
But you expected him to grow into something more. And if he was going to be the starting quarterback going in this year when it was a 3-horse race, or really a 2-horse race with McNamara on the sidelines, then you would think that he would have come a long way. And there's a difference between hitting open receivers in practice week in, week out, and folding under pressure in games, because it wasn't that he was just folding under pressure because of defensive pressure. He was missing guys by 10 yards, 15 yards on the field. You would be seeing the same thing in practice. I think that's where I'm getting at.
Yeah, I think accuracy is something that you either have or you don't. It doesn't matter how sorry.
Completely agree.
Yeah, what?
I think the most important thing to remember here is that in last week's episode, Ryan and I both said move on from Joe.
Yeah,
and Sam said don't.
Yeah, I think
I would have been on that team.
I think he did deserve another
shot. But you weren't here, so you're getting a free pass.
But I also
he
thought
was wrong.
I also thought he was going to look a lot better.
Yeah.
The way he looked, I thought it was an opportunity to be like, hey, I'm just going to say Joe Milton's the guy. Give him another shot, and I'm going to look really good because it's Rutgers.
And we both said move on from Rocky Lombardi too. So maybe we all agreed on that one. But,
before the game started,
we were right.
Yeah.
Sam
you
was
were
wrong.
But that's
that's fine.
So I don't want to pass because I wasn't here. But before the game, I was talking to him, and he asked me, hey, do you want Joe to start? And I said, yeah, I want Joe to start. I don't want him to be taken out of the situation or the season from last week's situation. I want him to start, and then the point at the point when Cade came in, that was the right call when Cade came in. From here on out, I will be calling for Cade. If Cade doesn't walk out there this coming weekend, I'm going to be furious.
So quick stat. So Cade McNamara has played a total of like 3 quarters, right? Maybe 3 or 4.
4, I think. Well, then the 3 overtimes, but yeah, probably 4 quarters total.
Maybe 4 quarters.
Probably, you're probably right with closer to 3.
Yeah, and a lot of those, like the Wisconsin game, he never even got the ball back. Like he had that one drive basically, and then you didn't really see the field again.
Yeah.
He has 5 touchdowns on the season so far. Cade McNamara does. Joe Milton in 5 starts this year has 4 touchdown passes.
So just so we're all clear, McNamara is going to win the Heisman, right? Is that where we're at? No,
that's
I'm
what
just kidding.
that's what
I-
Jared would
like
say.
that.
He's got to beat Rocky Lombardi.
I'm kidding. Obviously, we don't think that, so please don't take our words wrong.
Sam
It's a
does think
joke.
that.
No, but I think the important thing to take away from this too is this is not a skill position issue that Michigan has right now. Their wide receivers, I know they're young, but that's not the reason they weren't producing. Their running back core, that's not the reason they were not producing. This offense was not producing because the leader of the offense, their quarterback, was not capable of leading the offense.
Sorry, so you're saying the reason they weren't – their skill level is not the reason why they weren't producing.
Right.
It was
That's what I mean.
because of-
So
okay.
now you get Cade McNamara, and what did you guys listen to his post-game interview? It was awesome.
I didn't listen to his post-game interview. I listened to his post-game locker room speech to
Yeah.
the team, which got me
We'll
6
have to
minutes.
show you that off air.
This guy, he's a leader.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Yes, he is.
So-
But he also described it this way. He said, "Look, my job is to be a distributor. I'm not the offense, but I want to get the ball into my playmakers' hands as quickly as possible."
Love it.
He said that like 2 or 3 times during the interview that he wants to get the ball out of his hands. And it was very, very clear in this game when he has the ball and he gets it to Cornelius Johnson, when he gets it to help me out with some of these other names here.
Ronnie Bell.
Ronnie Bell,
Sanders
Sanders. I mean, they can do their
if he
jobs.
ever gets a catch.
Denard Robinson.
They can do their jobs. You know what I mean? Like they're a talented group of wide
Yeah,
receivers,
I
and
agree.
they're young, but they're pretty athletic.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. I think this is the type of quarterback that we want for this type of team. I understand the excitement of a Joe Milton and that arm strength and all of that stuff. And look, I mean, you can see a massive difference in arm strength, but you can also see a massive difference in touch. You can see a massive difference in feel pre-snap,
Decision making.
everything. Like he looks like a legitimate quarterback. While Joe Milton still looks like a freshman. He looks like a true freshman. He looks like the younger guy. I'm not sure what age either of these guys are. I believe Milton's a year older. Is that correct?
Milton's a junior, and Cade McNamara is a sophomore.
So I would not be able to tell you that by looking at him at all. Cade looks like the more polished, older, more ready to go quarterback.
Hey,
And I
what
think that's
happens? What happens when you have a team that believes in their quarterback? Every part of the team plays better because they believe in something.
Completely different.
He is the leader, and I think he's ready to be the leader. And based on what he said after the game, he's ready. He's ready to lead this team to whatever it is that they have, whether it's 3 more losses or whatever. It is what it is. But he's the leader of this team, and I sure hope that Jim Harbaugh gives him the reins and totally buys into him, because I don't want that other question of is the right guy at quarterback right now. I don't think that should be a question moving forward. I hope that they just give him the reins, let him try to earn this job for 2021 as well. It's his job to lose, and I hope that they give him a real, true chance to lose it or lose it to injury. Do we have any comments there, Micah, that you wanted to bring up, or did you have you said you had a stat that you wanted to bring up too? I can't read them. I thought I could read them. It's just a little too small.
So
Sorry, man. I got confident.
Mike Workham is basically agreeing with us. He says that Joe Milton's got to learn touch. It's the strength is his biggest weakness. You know what I mean? And it's his arm strength is beyond absurd, but the touch isn't there with his arm strength, and that's what you were harping on the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. Definitely.
And he also said it's amazing how much more open the wide receivers looked after that change, and I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I wonder if the
completely
play
different.
calling may have adjusted because of the type of quarterback you have. Maybe you didn't trust that he can scramble as quick, and you, I don't know, give him more options through the air because you don't have ground option.
Yeah, I heard a Michigan insider talking about how Harbaugh actually took over play calling in the second half. I heard a rumor of that because they were running a lot of pro style offense with McNamara compared to the speed and space.
That's
philosophy.
interesting.
Oh, wow.
That,
So it's
that
something to
is
keep an eye
very
on.
interesting.
Really?
Is there
Yeah.
a ton of comments on there?
Yeah, what else we got? Is it just a conversation between you and Mike?
Yeah.
All right. But you said you had before we turn the page, you said you have
Yeah.
a stat that is massively negative and one that's massively positive.
Yeah,
correct?
the positive one is about one of the receivers,
down.
Cornelius Johnson.
No, I think we should start with a negative one so we can end on a positive note. What do you think?
Too late.
We're
just
on
Too late?
offense. We're on offense right now.
All right.
However
that's
you
fine.
want to.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Sorry, I shouldn't have even said anything.
Cornelius Johnson has the same amount
Agreed.
of 100-yard receiving games as Tariq Black, Donovan Peoples-Jones, and Nico Collins combined.
Holy smokes!
Is that one? Or is it two? Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
The
That's
answer is 2.
interesting.
It ain't
over, under,
10.
over under 1.5.
Right.
Regardless,
Johnson looks good though, right?
he does
looks
look really
Yeah,
good.
He
he
looks
does.
athletic.
Yeah, let's bring it. Do you have the negative defensive stat that you wanted to bring up?
How about
I
this? 42
do.
points.
Yeah, no, I agree. The defense is just.
I think it was
it's-
5 years. In 5 years combined, it was 35 points against Rutgers. The previous 5 years. This year, 42 points.
Yeah, I understand that stat, but I
This
don't
team
like it because
sucks.
it's a different Rutgers team as well.
Yeah.
This team's really
But
bad.
something's really truly wrong with this defense, and I don't know what it is. I wish I was smart enough to understand it. but-
Don Brown.
Well,
They're bad at football.
All right, so what is
That's
it?
the problem.
again, Mike Workman says defense still sucks, and there is no defending the defense, no matter how you spin it.
You can't defend the
But
defense.
here's the stat. The average yards allowed per game since Don Brown has been employed at Michigan, starting at 2016, 261 yards, 2017, 271 yards, 2018, 275, 2019, 308, and 2020, 437.
Where did he come
Wow,
from?
Boston College.
He sucks.
That's what's weird is he
It
doesn't.
seems that way, right?
He really doesn't. Like he's had the number one defense at Boston College with that type of recruiting class. He had that with Michigan for 2 years, I think, or at least the top
Yeah.
5.
But it's getting worse.
And then all of a sudden, yeah, it's just getting worse. I feel like
In a bad way.
he
In a
is
bad
a
way,
guy
yeah.
that might overstay his welcome.
Yeah.
He seems like to have that type of personality.
As
Well-
a person who constantly overstays their welcome, I think you're right.
You can just smell it, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No, what I don't like about it is it doesn't seem like we're getting those big guys in the middle of the defensive line. And Hinton was a good, he was a good guy to add to this. He's still young, so I think he's going to be special. But we don't have like the depth in the defensive line interior. I mean, the run defense is not there, and that's always been the reason the defense can be so aggressive, I think, is because they're always forcing these third downs, and then you see how often he blitzes, and it's all a result of the first and second down defense.
You know what was not working this weekend was Carlo Kemp on the end.
Yeah, he was all
That
over the
was
place.
not good.
Jim Harbaugh praised him in the interview too because of everywhere that he was playing. I don't think there's any bias with you, how you don't like him. You never have liked him going into the season, but
Must be right.
I'm gonna
He doesn't like.
more Michigan or no?
Are you
It's
play-
time to
No.
introduce
Is he playing?
our
I have
Michigan
no
beers
idea.
for episode 82. But before we do, I want to remind everyone of our partner, Siciliano's Market. They're simply the best beer store in West Michigan, located on Lake Michigan Drive, right between Grand Valley State University's main campus and downtown Grand Rapids. Wherever you live in West Michigan, it is worth the short drive for what they have to offer. Whether you know what you want or need some help from their expert staff, Siciliano's Market is the best place for it. They not only have a massive and up-to-date inventory of their best craft beer across our great nation, they're individually priced so you can mix and match to build your own six-pack. Obviously, they have craft beer. They also have specialty wines, spirits, ciders, coffee, tea, tobacco, and cigars. They also have the largest selection of homebrew and winemaking supplies in West Michigan. We love that Siciliano's Market is part of the State of My Sports family. And it is who we visit to help us pick out our great Michigan beers for each and every episode. So please check them out and let them know that we sent you. Micah, start us off with what you're drinking tonight.
So tonight I'm drinking from Shorts Brewing up in Elk Rapids. They're super fluid. It's cool, cool design. They've got just the state of Michigan there, and it's a double American IPA. And it says clean water makes better beer, and I couldn't agree more. And they don't have anything too in detail about exactly what's in the beer.
All
But
right.
it is a 10-cent deposit, so
We like that.
Nice.
it's nice.
Ryan, what about you?
From Old Nation Brewing Company, which is in Williamston, Michigan.
One of my favorites.
I am drinking Electron Brown. This is an espresso bean double brown ale.
Who's that guy? Who's that guy on there?
I don't know, but I want to know his name.
He looks intimidating.
Jim Harbaugh?
I can see that.
Kind of
yeah.
looks like a Harbaugh.
Right?
Yeah, maybe not Jim, but maybe like a brother.
Yeah.
But
Like
like
Bobby.
Yeah,
Bobby
yeah,
Harbaugh.
like a tough one. One
yeah.
that's played in
right.
the
One
NFL.
that's actually doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an 8.1 percenter.
Ooh, that's got some bite.
Yeah.
That'll get you there and keep you awake.
We'll
That's
see.
true. Yeah.
Perfect. Exactly what I need for tonight.
Since Sam's just going to go to me next, I'll go Big Lake. Now, you guys did this one?
Yeah. So when we had our Big Lake episode, 4 or 5 episodes ago.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't there, but I did go get that beer for you.
Yeah.
And
so,
you never gave me any credit for that on that podcast.
But I gave you beer.
You did
this
just-
podcast,
yeah.
You know what?
so-
I actually gave you a huge shout out, but Sam specifically cut
I
that
Cut
out.
that.
Cut
See,
it
I
out.
wondered because there was some
Yeah.
splicing. Yeah.
Yep.
So I have
This
Superior
is the worst produced one yet.
Superior Haze.
AZ.
Because that is
A's.
so originally that was supposed to be a UP exclusive. Now I think it's a UP in
okay.
Siciliano's market exclusive.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah.
We are not currently in the UP.
No, we are not.
So this is the Lower Peninsula. Hazy Double,
Inferior hit.
best enjoyed in Michigan's beautiful Upper Peninsula. Really good place. Have you guys been to Big Lake?
No, I've never been inside.
I went just obviously to go get all this stuff. It's really nice in there.
Yeah.
Very nice. And I have
Yeah,
a Big Lake cup to go with it, so it's kind of
Nice.
like a
Oh, perfect.
perfect.
I didn't even do that on
Nice.
purpose.
Perfect.
I am drinking from Bell's in Comstock, Michigan. It's Lampshade Party Ale. It's their double IPA. So it's 9% alcohol. It says original gravity is 1.079, whatever that means. Shelf life about 3 months, so make sure if you get it, you drink it. But this is their
That's
double
never a
IPA, dry hopped with Australia's Galaxy and Pacific Northwest New School IPA hop.
What's that first word?
New School?
Nope, before that.
Nope, I'm not going to retry that. It said the hop character jumps out at you with juicy aromas of fruit punch, red berry, and pineapple. Bitterness is there, but balanced with a nice malt character. Again, 9% alcohol. I did not realize that this was going to be 9% when I started drinking. It doesn't even taste like 9% either.
Did you say Comstock? Is it in Comstock or is it Kalamazoo?
Comstock, Michigan?
There is a Comstock and then a Comstock Park.
Yep. Comstock Township.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my one thing to learn.
Yeah. There you go. Are you playing a sound effect? My headphones aren't on.
Yes, I just played a song. You just talked over it, but that's okay.
Why aren't your headphones on?
Not that you would, even if you could hear it, you would have talked over it
Been
anyway.
waiting to do that all week.
All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about the Detroit Lions.
Do we have to?
Lack thereof game. What was left of the Lions were shut out by the XFL quarterback-led Carolina Panthers, 20-0. Stafford went 18 of 33 for 178 yards, was sacked 5 times. The running game was solid without Swift, led by AP with 18 yards on 7 carries. Carry-on had 17 yards on 6 carries, so we almost hit 20 yards, which is right where we want to be.
Yeah.
Hawkinson led the way through the air with 68 yards on 4 catches. Future XFL Hall of Famer P.J. Walker went 24 of 34 for 258 yards, 1 passing touchdown, 2 interceptions in the end zone. DJ Moore dominated the Lions with 7 catches. Holy smokes. 7 catches for 127 yards through the air. Honestly, I thought the defense played decent enough, but wow. What are you going to do with this offense when you don't have those 3 weapons with Amendola, Swift, and Galladay? I mean, I didn't even think they were going to look that bad.
It should
And
have been more than 0. Yeah.
I'm usually a pessimist about the Lions.
They underplayed.
Yeah.
Even with that. Yeah, you're a real pessimist about the Lions.
It was absolutely embarrassing. It
Well,
was. It was the worst time I've had sitting watching Lions
It's
games
almost
for a
you
very
could
long
see it
time.
from the beginning too. That's the thing. It was bad from the get-go.
No, I agree, but at the same time, it's like they're bad enough that you should have been able to get something going. Like, I know it looked
Who's
bad.
bad enough?
The Panthers should have been bad
Well,
enough.
yeah.
Well, they are. The Lions are just
Wait,
that
so
much
PJ
worse.
PJ Walker is legitimately from the XFL.
Yeah, he played.
I
he
watched
was,
him play.
Was he an MVP?
Yeah, he was going to
He
be
was
the MVP.
one of their
Yeah.
better.
He was the
players.
best quarterback. He was MVP.
I mean, so we were up against a stud. So
Yeah.
Total
that's the
stud.
reason
I mean,
why
usually
we lost.
Total
XFL
stud.
players translate
Stafford
really well
gonna
to the
do?
NFL.
People call him the
So.
Tom Brady of the XFL.
They
I just
definitely
made
don't
that
call
up.
him the Matthew Stafford.
No,
though.
they don't. No.
No, that's for sure. He was. I think he was 5-0. So let's talk about PJ a little bit. I mean, what a good. I mean, he's a good quarterback, right?
No,
Oh,
he's a good quarterback.
he's gonna
against
get
the
like
Lions.
a $20 million a year deal.
That's not how much does Stafford make?
I don't know,
30.
something like that.
Probably.
I think he's. I
Could
think,
he get
I
20?
think he's like
yeah,
26.
maybe
but-
some. Yes, maybe somebody will give him 20.
Look,
but
all joking aside, this was one of the most frustrating games
It was
I've
awful.
watched in a very, very long time. It was just you couldn't get anything going. Obviously, Stafford's thumb was hurting him, but that's no excuse. He needs to be better. He needs to be able to make what he had work, and he didn't. You have a Marvin Jones, T.J. Hawkinson. That should be enough. You have what's the dude's face? Cephas, who's a rookie, but he looked decent enough the first game. He should be able to catch the ball. He should be able to get open. Why isn't Stafford using that? Mohamed Sanu, I don't even know if he got a snap, but he was invisible if he did. So it's just very frustrating. I don't think the weapons were the issue. I think everything else was, in my opinion. Like, it was terrible to watch. That offense was garbage. And it's honestly, it starts with AP. Again, get over the Adrian Peterson thing. I know Swift wasn't there, but you have Kerryon Johnson. He was a second round draft pick a few years ago. Use him. I don't care if he looks bad in practice or whatever. I don't care if he's going to blow out a knee. Use him. There's no reason to be giving AP these touches when you could try to give him to Kerryon and see if you have something with him. It's driving me nuts. And I know they came close to the same amount of touches, but at the same time, it was just so frustrating. It was seriously the most embarrassing performance I've seen.
It was bad.
And it started, and I already said it started with something, but really the offensive line really let this team down as well, I think. They allowed 5 sacks. Most of them, I would say one of them was probably Stafford's fault, but the rest, terrible. Terrible snap by Ragnow at one time. That was a terrible turnover. Decker definitely had his worst game of the season. Nothing went well, and the offensive line looked like absolute garbage.
Did he give up
not that
sacks?
great defensive? Yeah, he did give up at least 1 sack, and he had a holding penalty.
I thought it was at 2, but
did you
He might
watch?
have gave up 2. Yeah.
Did you watch
at
the
least
whole
one.
game?
Yeah, I sat and watched the whole game.
I always wondered about that with you because like I can't do it.
I will.
all right, I gave up
I
2.
suffer
I'll be
through
honest.
I always figure that he.
yeah.
Honestly,
that he's
and
the one who's going to sit and watch that whole thing.
I watched the whole game.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, it's I want to watch Stafford, and
Yeah, you got a real thing for him, don't
I
you?
do. And honestly, down 20 to nothing.
I meant that in a different way.
We easily could have came back in that game. Look, I know I'm gonna.
Oh, 20, no, we easily could have come back.
Well, there was
Easily.
chances. There was a 55-yard touchdown pass that got called back because of a illegal formation. There was the missed field goal. That's 10 points, and those were in crucial moments. I'm not saying that that's the reason we lost. We don't deserve that win that game. Period. End of story.
Sure.
But the hope was still there till midway through the fourth quarter, at least for
You.
me.
Yeah.
I'm just a hopeless
That's
romantic.
you are.
I knew, you knew that
You
was
knew where I was
coming.
going, yeah.
You knew that was-
You know what? We talked about it coming into this game, though, and I didn't really get into the schedule too much. This is a team that has lost to the Buccaneers twice. Close games. Close game against the Raiders, lost to them. Beat the Cardinals. Beat the Falcons. Lost to the Bears, really close. Lost to the Saints, really close. Lost to the Chiefs, really, really close. I mean, this was, again, coming into this, I don't care who they have at quarterback. The rest of the team is really good.
They're
They're a
solid.
good team. Yeah.
The Lions, you're saying?
No, I'm talking about the Panthers.
Oh, the Panthers.
The Panthers are a good
No,
team.
Sam,
No,
nobody
the Panthers are a good team
You did
minus a
bring that
quarterback.
up. Yeah.
They're minus a quarterback from being a good team.
Yeah, and if they get Christian McCaffrey back, they could be a very, very good team.
They're built the right way.
DJ Moore is a very sorry. There's 2.
Yeah,
You
DJ
got
Moore.
Robbie
DJ Moore
Anderson.
is the wide
Yeah.
receiver, right?
Yeah. Who runs like a running back, man. He is like
DJ
Yeah,
Moore,
so
Robbie
PJ Walker,
Anderson.
PJ Walker, and DJ Moore. All right, so yeah, DJ Moore is a very good wide receiver,
he is very, very good.
and he tore us apart.
He's leading the NFL in yards per catch right now.
Is he really?
Yeah, it's over 18 yards per catch. These playmakers for the Panthers are legit. They only scored 20 points. It's not like Walker was the reason they won. The reason they won is because the Lions scored 0 points.
No, I agree completely. I thought the defense played well enough. They weren't great,
They
but they played
yeah.
well enough. They had the 2 interceptions in the end zone. They were making plays.
They just didn't
It was
match up.
uninspired football.
And I think the front, the defensive front was letting them down. And honestly, the scheme. Why aren't you blitzing on this young quarterback every single time? That drove me nuts. Like
Yes.
you
He's a
need to
MVP, man.
if you give the worst player on the field time and space, he will make a play.
That's
I
true.
don't care how bad he is. I've said that my whole life through hockey. You give the worst player time, he's going to make a pass. He's going to make a play.
Why
Is
can't-
it?
Who's Carolina's normal quarterback? Why
Teddy
can't-
Bridgewater.
That's right.
I would
okay.
rather see Teddy
Still
in there.
not good, but he's been good with them.
Yeah, true. He'll still crush the
so
Lions.
Back to your point. That's like common sense. You got someone in there that's
Rush.
like rookie status.
Yeah.
You get to him constantly.
Sam's getting upset.
Put
Yeah.
that rush on him. Put
Is
the
it, I
pressure on.
don't know if it's arrogance. Is it arrogance from the coaching staff that we are going to get pressure without blitzing? We are going to get pressure without blitzing. They're just going to say that
But don't you
over and
think they
over
know
in the
by
mirror
now
until it
they're
comes
wrong?
true. It
Well, they
seems
have
like it.
they have games here and there where they blitz a lot,
Sure.
so I think they stick to their game plan. So it's clear that their game plan for this was they were not going to blitz; they were going to get pressure using their defensive linemen to a fault.
Yeah.
and they just don't react in game. They don't ever change or adapt to what's going on, what they're seeing in real time.
Who's in charge of the defensive play calling right now?
It's Bevel.
Sam Waltart.
Defense,
Or sorry, whatever the other guy's name
Yeah, I
is.
don't
Bevel's
know.
the offense, whatever the defense coordinator's name is.
Dodd
his
Brown.
buddy.
Don Brown. Yeah.
Well, nice call back.
Sounds like it.
All right, so where are we at with the coaching staff? I am getting to a point where I know that I cannot continue to defend them and have and be fair to people. I still want them to get another chance, but I understand that it's not going to happen, right?
It shouldn't happen.
Do you think they're done?
So do you think it shouldn't happen?
I'd say no.
When do they pull the plug on these guys?
I feel like it's one more loss. That's where I'm at. Now, it's not going to be pull the plug after that loss. It's finish out the season.
if they lose to the Texans, you don't think they're going to do it
I do.
immediately?
No, I think if you lose to the Texans, Friday might be a Black Friday for Patricia.
Ooh, good play on words.
Whoa.
Thanks, man.
Nice.
Why don't-
Appreciate it.
why don't you
Is that
just-
happening this year in
It wasn't-
2020 or
it
no?
wasn't that good, Sam.
Oh.
Settle down. Sorry.
Why don't you just dump them,
So mean.
early to that end of the season and get a head start?
I
Don't necessarily
Because you don't
like,
have the
to.
candidates. 'Cause
Is
you don't have the
anybody
candidates
available? Yeah, sorry. That's
That's where I don't think it's a head start, and I know people bring that up a lot, and I understand that argument, but at the same time, it's the head start is basically nothing. Like it's not really a truly head start because the teams that are going to, or the candidates that you want are going to be coaching late into the playoffs.
Sure.
So you're not going to be able to start interviewing. You're not going to be able to start doing really anything of value. If you want to bring in someone with experience so let's say a general manager. Let's say we cut bait with Bob Quinn. You want to bring in a general manager. You're not going to get someone from the Steelers or the Chiefs to jump ship now. It's going to be after the season when all is said and done. So I'm sorry. Like, I don't think that they look at the Falcons' job and be like, well, they fired him sooner, so I'm more interested in that. You know
Right.
what I mean?
No, it doesn't matter to people.
But
Yeah.
if you have an internal candidate, you do that.
Yeah. If you had an internal
Doo-doo.
one. He said doo-doo. He said doo-doo.
The doo-doo man.
Do we just chalk this game up to just a random bad game?
I don't know. I don't know because, yeah, possibly. But at the
I
same
think there has to be a piece of that.
But the way that it happened was just unacceptable.
But
That's where I'm at. Like losing 20-17, yeah. You were missing your playmakers and
Well, that's just a loss.
you
That's not a
dropped the
random
ball.
bad game. This is just like they didn't show up.
Correct.
And I get that's
so
part
what
of
are
the
you
coaching
asking
staff.
exactly?
We've seen this with really good teams. The Patriots a couple of years ago when they lost to the Lions, they had no business losing to the Lions.
That was a great one.
But that was just chalked up to, well, I mean, whatever. The Patriots just didn't have it today. They'll
Any
be
given
back.
Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think, yeah, if you have enough wins, you can do that. When you lose every single game and wins are the anomaly, then yeah.
Or an anomaly.
Then it's
whatever.
not that. You know what I mean?
Enemy.
Like,
An anomaly.
like for the Patriots, you have so many wins that, yeah, it's just a bad game against Lions. And
Yeah,
you
but
lost
I mean, that's
but
just
when
like
the Lions lose over and over again, have losing seasons over and over again, the wins are the ones that are like, oh, it's just a random game.
Yeah,
Feels
You know what I mean?
It could be a random game, but you look at Teddy Bridgewater being out, Christian McCaffrey being out. How healthy is your defense? You're not missing a ton of guys, are you?
No, not anymore.
No,
I mean,
defensive
we were
line,
missing- Trey
can't
Flowers.
Flowers.
That's it, I think.
You can't just
Bryant
kind of
didn't play
sweep.
either.
You can't sweep this one under the rug too easily.
No,
You know,
I-
it's just it is unacceptable, like you were saying.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
I'm a little bit on both sides, yeah, because it's tough being a Lions fan knowing that you somehow you find a way to lose all these close games,
Yeah.
and then the next week you have an unacceptable loss. You know what I
See-
mean? Like in any given Sunday loss, like it sucks.
So Mike Workman said he said you'll have 10 days before the next game to get your interim feet wet.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe.
if
I don't
they
blame
lose,
him.
if they
He's saying
lose,
coach, right?
Yeah.
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 Yep.
I don't
If
bl-
they
I don't
lose,
blame
then
him at all.
I'm okay with them moving on. But I'm also still okay with letting it ride out and bringing them back for one more season.
What
I'm seriously on both pages.
Well,
What
and-
about Harbaugh.
And well, I
Harbaugh,
think the
Lions
difference
coach.
the difference with this is I think we're on the same page, Sam. Is I actually like the way they're trying to build this team. Whether or not they're pulling it off, I don't know. That's not for me to say. But they've
Yeah.
gotten rid of some cancers in the locker room. They have built this the way that they've wanted, the way that they believe, defensive oriented. You know, I like the idea of getting corners and all this. Has it been working out? No, it hasn't worked out. Obviously,
Yeah.
they're 4. What are they? 4-6 right now.
yeah.
So it's clearly not working the way they think it is. But
It hurts him.
I'm still under the impression that that football in general, you see it every single year, the worst to first stats that come out, these teams that are constantly, like last year, the Tennessee Titans, everybody was laughing at them with Ryan Tannehill at quarterback saying, oh, this is just another 8-8 team. They're always 8-8. Yeah, and then they win a couple of playoff games,
Yeah.
and then now they're one of the better teams in the league. So I don't think in the NFL that power switches so fast. I think it just can click with one team. You're like one, I don't know, missing piece away. Maybe it's a piece, maybe it's not. Maybe it's an attitude in the locker room away
Yeah.
from making a big change, for your season.
I agree with you completely. This is more than just let's have a team that can be a flash in the pan, which is what you were getting with Caldwell. You were a flash in the pan. You were never going to take that next step. You were never going to be a true contender. You were never going to be a consistent contender. Look, I'm not saying Patricia and Quinn are ever going to be consistent contenders, but that is their goal, is to be a consistent contender for a 5 to
Draft pick.
8 year gap, or 5 to 10 year gap. That is their goal. They want this to be a dynasty. They're picturing a dynasty. Now, I know that's weird and hard for a lot of Lions fans to say or hear because it's far from that right now, and I get that. But it's a long-term vision that people want more of short-term results. So if the Lions believe in the long-term vision, then buy in and tell the fans to F off. And I'm okay with that if that's what you want to do. You're going to make a lot of fans mad by bringing this regime back.
Fans
I'm
already
okay
mad.
with it. What's that?
Fans are already
They're
mad.
already mad. They're already still they're still showing up when they can too. So you're not going to really lose out by bringing anybody back.
Not in Detroit.
Not in Detroit, but
Die
and-
Hard, right?
And honestly, you're also not going to. You're not delaying the rebuild by bringing them back another year either. So we got plenty of time to argue about that. I don't really want to get into the Houston Lions game. I know I had it on here, but we're a little bit short on time. So I want to move on to the Detroit Pistons if you guys are cool with that.
Let's do it.
You guys are not. You guys want to talk? All right, let's talk about that game. You guys want to talk about Houston? I can tell you guys were.
outta here.
I'm
you didn't want to
unfamiliar
do
with
that.
Houston. I don't know what that means.
All right, Lions Thanksgiving. Just win. I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
Just win.
Yep.
Just win. Make
Just
us
win.
believe. Make
All
us
right.
believe.
Or
Make
just
us
win.
believe. Make
All
us
right.
believe.
Or
So-
else,
so-
basically.
All right, so Ryan, I want to.
Yeah.
I'm throwing it to you here. So basically, all I have here are the draft picks. I have some questions. I have some things that I want to look at, but I think the real focus that I want to make this topic about is the draft trades and how they got who they got and why they did. Basically, so they entered the draft with one pick, correct?
Yeah,
And
one pick.
they made some
7th overall.
trades. I don't know how it all went down, but they ended up by making 4 picks, 3 in the first round and 1 at 38. So
Big move.
that's basically all I have, and I have some information on players if for you to go with.
Yeah,
but
3
wh-
before
what do you like
in
here?
the top 20, too.
Yeah.
It's not just like we're getting 28, 29 picks here. This is top 20 picks.
Yeah, so which one stands out to you? So let's start with Killian Hayes, the number 7 overall pick, if you're cool with that.
Yeah.
What do you like about that? I remember you bringing him up last episode.
Yeah.
So what did you like about him?
Well, going into this draft, he was almost like my worst nightmare leading up to it, the weeks leading up to it, because you watch him at first, he's not the best athlete in the world. He's left-handed. People have concerns with him going to his right. So a little bit one-dimensional, but he's 19 years old. He's been playing professional basketball for 3 or 4 years now already in Europe. He's been playing in Germany. I think he was averaging, like, the second half of the year last year, he was averaging 17 or 18 points a game, 6 assists a game. The strength with Killian Hayes is, number one, he's 6'5". He's left-handed. He's got a great feel for the game. Everybody will give him that, where he sees the floor. He makes difficult passes look really, really easy. And if there's somebody on him because he's not physically gifted enough to separate himself from somebody else, he still finds the way to get the ball to the open player. Okay. So that's number one. His court vision is what people are.
Yeah. That's huge.
Some people are talking about as a 7th overall pick. He wasn't high enough. That he should have been one of the top 3 picks.
Okay.
Because of his understanding and IQ in the game of basketball.
So in a lot of ways, it fits with what they did last year with Sekou. Like I forget where they picked it. Was it like 12 or 17?
I think he was like 14th or 15th.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So like it was kind of that same thing where it was, who did they take?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's actually really good. He probably could have went a lot higher. So he kind of fits that same mold of we don't know enough about him because he doesn't play college basketball.
I think he does, because I can't remember how the exact conversation went down, but like I was excited about him. I think you asked, or we were talking about like if they're still there, do you take or whatever? And he was the one I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Because I think there's some good with Sekou too. Like you have flash, you have things like that, but like what Ryan just said, court vision. He's got basketball IQ. You can see it, but if you watch him play just clips, you can see it.
And you cannot teach that.
No, right, instinctive, instincts, and different things like that. But he's also so young.
Yeah, he's 19 years old. He lines up. He's basically friends with Sekou Doumbouya too.
So they both played in France. Right?
Yeah, and so what you're looking at now, is these guys have. Troy Weaver clearly had a vision for the future. The pick that would have been made them better right now would have been Obi Toppin, because he fell, and that was a little bit unexpected. There were a couple of reaches in there. You also had the forward from Israel, who would have been a really good Denny something. He would have been a good fit for almost any team, but he would have been a good fit not as a franchise leader, but as somebody to fill a role.
As a right now role filler.
And exactly. Yep. And Killian Hayes is the pick where you're saying, okay, I believe what we've established right now for the future. And last year's draft pick, how do you make him comfortable in the United States as an 18-year-old teenager? You bring one of his friends in, that he's played with, to make him comfortable. That is That's super hard worker. The other thing that made me like flip on the pick, I guess, I actually love this pick now that I look into it, is he is a defense first point guard.
Okay.
So he's 6'5". He's good at playing defense, and he works really, really hard. People rave about not only his basketball IQ, but how much work he puts in the gym.
So what makes him a good defender? Like, is it
effort?
But this is me being really dumb at the basketball.
He just took the words out of my mouth.
Okay.
What makes him great at defense is that he plays defense.
Okay. I love that.
Yeah.
Because that's not basketball. But I mean, like, what is he going to prevent an opponent from doing? Is it getting up quickly to a shot and contest a 3-point shot and defend that? Is it defending a guy driving? Like, I don't know anything.
I think it's both. I think because you have so much of this NBA thing where you don't have effort on the defensive side, and it's like, all right, let's let these things go 120, 130, 140 points. This is not a guy who wants to let that happen.
Yeah, and it goes back to his on offense. What makes him good is court vision.
Yeah,
and a basketball IQ.
Good point.
It's the same thing on defense. I mean, in defense, you're always trying to prevent them from doing what they want to do. So he's not the kind of guy, if he's playing defense off ball, you don't see any of his film where somebody crosses in front of his face.
Sure.
They're not just he's not gonna be lost out in the court and have somebody go right in front of him for an easy dunk.
And then give up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he cares about it. And that's the other side of it, is sometimes you get these guys from North Carolina or Duke or something that really don't care that much about that. They just want to get paid. They want to score their points so that they get the next contract.
Yeah.
And he is a basketball guy. It was actually a great pick, 7th overall.
And I think that's something that's interesting about just the way the league's going, is you get a lot of these prima donnas, I think. Is that a fair word for these guys that come up as the top 5 recruits? They go to the Dukes, they go to the Kentuckys, they're announcing where they're going with hats and all that good stuff, and they're expected to be where they are. They're expected the NBA. They're expected to be drafted in the top 10. All of these things. This guy he just wants to play basketball.
Yes.
It's not about the
well said.
the glitz and glamour. It's about playing basketball and getting paid to do it. It's not about the number he's going to get paid. Obviously, he's going to want as much money as he can. Nobody's going to fault him for that. But
No.
it's not about that either. It's about playing basketball. It's about playing basketball well. Is it about winning? We'll see. But is that fair? Like, we got a guy, and what I was trying to ask there is, it seems like those are the guys that are becoming more and more successful in the NBA. It is the overseas guys. Like, the overseas guys used to have like that, they play like wusses. They play
They must be soft,
they
but
play
they can shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it seems like it's kind of flipped, where you have guys coming in from overseas that are actually playing true
Really
blue
well.
basketball. The way that the game's supposed to be played on both sides of the court.
Yeah.
And I feel like the way that the Pistons drafted the last 2 years by taking foreigners, if that's the right word.
Counts. Yeah. It does count though.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Yeah. No, I think I know where you're going with that, and it's a good point because
It is. Yeah.
the other side of European basketball
No.
is that they're playing against grown men at a very, very young age. So the learning curve, you know what you're getting out of him right now. You know that he's seen that kind of competition before. Is it NBA competition? No, but it's pretty close. I mean, it's not. There's not a whole lot of difference.
Leagues are. Yeah.
Yeah, and what you do get in the NBA is you get 20 and 21-year-olds who don't know the game of basketball yet with a whole bunch of upside making really dumb mistakes. You don't get that in Europe. You generally get really good basketball players that are fundamental first type of basketball players. And then, as a 16, 17-year-old, can you imagine going up and playing up against a whole bunch of fundamental 30-year-olds?
Yeah, it'd be tough.
Yeah, you better be good. That's what I'm getting at. One thing that I like about him is I really love his footwork. He has that step back lefty jumper like a James Harden.
Okay.
Like he travels, sometimes,
Yeah, I love that.
but into a jump shot.
It's going to translate really well to the
If you
NBA.
can get away
that's-
with it, do
That's
it. Yeah.
that's good because that's not an athletic movement. It's just either in you or it's not. And so he has it. So he, as maybe not like the best Russell Westbrook type of athlete, he can still separate and get his own shot.
All right, so we're gonna go a little bit long talk on one more of these guys, and a little bit and less talk on the other two. So which one do you want to go? Let's pick one that we can go short talk.
I mean,
on.
Short talk. Isaiah Stewart. Let's just
All right,
do
let's
Isaiah Stewart.
All right,
We can do short because people hate this pick, and I've heard so many people give this a really, really bad grade because they reached.
okay.
This is the pick that they got from.
Oh boy.
I know who you're talking. So yeah, it was.
They announced it early. I can't think.
This
of it
was the
now.
pick that they
Trevor
announced
Ariza.
early. Yeah, we got Trevor Ariza in the deal.
Houston.
With Houston, correct. So a future first round
Weird.
pick,
at this guy.
round pick for this number
job.
16.
Right.
And they picked Isaiah Stewart, which all I'm hearing about is how he is a big, like a prototypical big, who's just gonna be dead space
Yeah.
and
Take up space.
and maybe eventually he could knock down a 16-footer. I don't think any of these people have watched his film.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, have you guys looked at his highlights or his film, in just general film? He is a really good basketball player.
Yeah.
You've got something here?
Yeah, so basically, in an article that I read about him, they said Stewart is a traditional setter, but his 77% free throw percentage in limited shooting range with the Huskies suggests he could expand his range behind the arc. Basically, they're saying his shooting hasn't developed, but the fact that he's a good free throw shooter is promising for a young guy.
I disagree. He's a freshman playing on a really, really good program who doesn't have a leash of shooting three-pointers anytime he wants. He actually shot a decent percentage for a center. You watch his stroke, he's a good shooter right now. I'm not saying he's a good shooter. He could be a good shooter in the future. He's a good shooter right now.
And 6'9" is not a center in the NBA.
He's 6'9". He's got a 7'4" wingspan.
Yeah, nice. I mean, but you put him at a power forward. Put
Yeah.
him with somebody else. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the other word I'm going to say for him is production, because as a freshman at a major college university, he scored, I think it was like 16 to 18 points a game, 8 rebounds a game. He is a big body, but he's got quick feet. He's not going to be like a Tony Bradley who we just traded away. He's not going to be that center who can't do anything else and move around the floor. He can guard people on the perimeter. I think this is a really undervalued pick, and I really like that Troy Weaver went and got his guy here.
Yeah,
What, he was a freshman?
Yeah, he's
'Cause
a one and done.
He was. Okay, yeah, I agree with him because I people are not liking this pick, I think this ends up well. I do.
All right. So the one reason why people didn't like the pick is because they wanted Sadiq Bey, right? That was a lot of the player that a lot of people
right
wanted
there with him. I was right there with him.
at 16, but he was still there. He fell a little bit longer, and then what happened is the Pistons traded up to get that 19th overall pick, and that's who they took.
Yeah, Sadiq Bey, number 19, probably the biggest steal of the draft. You could say maybe the dude from Israel at pick number 9 to the Wizards. But second to him is Sadiq Bey. He is the number 1 small forward coming out in this draft.
Yeah, real quick. So the Pistons, they traded Luke Kennard to the Clippers in a 3-team deal that landed the Pistons with the 19th overall pick. So that's how they ended up moving back up to get this pick. But yeah, go on a little bit more.
No, that's a good point because this is one of the more controversial moves. I mean, everybody likes Sadiq Bey, but giving up Luke Kennard is where people agree and disagree with this pick. Yeah. And what I think is like the overall takeaway from this draft is Troy Weaver looked at the Pistons and said, "That's not good enough. You guys are not good enough. I'm not going to win with Luke Kennard as our building block for the future. A guy who has fragile knees, fragile ankles and feet, and he's had so many injuries and issues. He's coming off knee surgery. I mean, and he's the best thing about him is he's a 40% three-point shooter.
Yeah, we have enough fragile guys with Blake, and
he doesn't. And he can't guard anybody.
No, he can't. And he's kind of that fan favorite guy, but he's not that good of a player.
Yeah, he's not going to make
he was
you
replaced
a good
by a new
franchise.
fan favorite, right? Like
Sure.
this is the type of guy that's going to be a fan favorite.
And Sadiq Bey is the classic. He's 6'8", small forward out of Villanova. He can play in the post up. He can shoot 3-pointers. He guards everybody. Again, he was the number 1 rated small forward coming out of this draft. And he is the positionless basketball guy. Like he is perfect for guarding point guards or power forwards. And that's what everybody is raving about in basketball right now. It's the new thing, positionless basketball.
Yeah. Play 1 through 4.
Yeah, and he's the best at it. You look at 3 or 4 of the other guards that came out, they're all 6'5" or 6'6". This guy that we just got at the Pistons is 6'8". So is he gonna be the leading scorer? No, but he's not designed to be the leading scorer.
That's not his role.
Yeah, he's designed to be one of the more valuable guys on the court, not the leading scorer.
Awesome. All right, so then they rounded out with at the 38th pick, Saban Lee, Vanderbilt guard, drives down the court. Basically, is all that I have.
Did you make a copy and paste?
Yeah, that's all you have.
I did copy and paste.
Why does it say 0 in parentheses?
I have no idea. It wasn't copy and paste. Thanks for calling me out on that.
Did you guys look at him
You're
either,
welcome.
or no?
What's that?
Did you guys look at Saban Lee either, or
No,
did you look at his tape?
No,
I don't know much about him.
Tell us just a real quick about him, and then we're going to
I'll tell you this real quick. Troy
talk
Weaver
about it a
had
little
him as a first-round talent. I think he was number 23 overall on his big board.
Really?
You want this?
I want a little bit of that, yeah.
Get in there.
So when he saw him dropping in the second round, he made something happen again. And once again, the theme of the draft was this team isn't good enough. We're going to make moves. And in his post-game press conference, Troy Weaver came out and said, I wanted to be aggressive, and I wanted to win this draft. I wanted to be aggressive with it and make the moves. And that's something that the Pistons have not done in a long time.
Yeah.
It's different, and I love it.
And he did
absolutely
it.
love it.
I do too.
Saban Lee is a point guard from Vanderbilt who's an awesome athlete. I mean, he goes and dunks on centers anytime he wants. Like he's a high flyer.
I do that all the time.
He can shoot the 3. He shot like 36 to 38% at Vanderbilt, and he handles the ball. So there's another combo guard that could be. He's 6'3", I think. So he could be a point guard or a shooting guard.
Okay.
And I think will fill a role with the Pistons this year. He's already been announced as a 2-way player, so he'll probably get time in the G League if they have a season.
Yeah.
And then go up and down.
Which they are
between the
hopeful
Pistons.
that it sounds like they might. So,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting. All right, so I do have some post-draft moves as a category. I don't really want to talk about that. What I want to talk about is the direction of the organization and what fans should expect going into 2020 with this team, with this vision. I guess, like, what would you tell the fans, like, that what to expect watching this team?
I think I would just say exactly what Troy Weaver said. when he got
Smart.
this job.
Smart. Listen,
Okay,
listen to him.
So he said that his goal is
point.
not to rebuild this franchise and become a loser like the 76ers were for a long time.
Yeah.
His goal is to compete every single night. There's a difference between competing in every game and winning every game. And so I think what you expect from the Pistons right now, you can expect a lot of losses, but you can expect a lot of young guys getting valuable time and learning how to compete and how to be professional. And I think the building for them is they're signing some of these guys like Mason Plumlee. Like, people hate this signing. I don't really care about it because maybe he's a great pro and he's trying to get his type of play sent down to these young guys, and the learning experience out of that is, you bring in the veterans that you want to I don't know, help the young guys out and teach them how to be pros. I think that's what you're seeing. The post-draft moves have made a lot of sense with the direction that he's trying to get this franchise. They're not going to be a terrible franchise. They're not the worst team in the NBA.
No.
They're not going to get the number 1 overall pick next year.
Unless we win the lottery.
They will, unless they win the lottery, yeah. They will be a lottery pick.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I would agree. I think expect one more year of rough Pistons.
All right.
And then I think you're going to start to see a real turn of the corner.
But it's going to pay big dividends.
I think
down
so.
the road,
I think
right?
so.
That's
I
what
do.
you're saying.
Yes.
It all comes down to Killian Hayes, Sekou Doumbouya,
Du Bois.
and the guys that they're really counting on being the cornerstones in this franchise.
I think this draft is unbelievable. I really do.
Yeah,
I think they did a
I
great
agree.
job.
I think that they took what was in this draft and completely cleaned house.
Yeah.
Like, they did a great job. They took what this draft had to offer. It wasn't high end talent. It was deep talent.
Yeah.
And they cleaned up on that deep talent. I feel like the key for me going into 2020 is, or it should be 2021 season basically, but the 2020-2021 season is, it's a short season. Let's have Blake and D Rose playing their best, playing healthy, trade them, and then you can do it all over again. You can either do it all over again and get deep players or deep talent, I guess, or you can take those draft picks that you get for guys like that or other goofy, I don't understand the way basketball works, but you have valuable assets at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
You can do it all over again with less, by giving up less than you did this draft even.
Who wins a playoff series / game first? The Pistons or the Lions?
Wait, game? So, like,
Well, I'm
the
saying,
Pistons
like-
need to win a series, the Lions need to win a game?
Yes.
Lions.
Boy, Pistons.
Yeah, I'm taking Pistons.
Pistons
Yeah.
all
No,
day
you
long.
guys are wrong.
If the Lions lose
How
their
This
much?
was a
coaches,
good
it's on them.
conversation
How much?
until now.
Bet
How much?
right now.
What do you want to bet?
$50.
$50 if the Lions win a playoff game? Or
Playoff game, not a wild card.
Can I? No, wild card is a playoff game.
I'll give you that. Wild card is a playoff game. I just had to
postseason
see. I had
game.
to see if he bite. If
Stay
he bit, I
tuned.
would have taken it. but-
Stay tuned to see if I take
Well,
this
let's
bet.
make it. What are you
No,
waiting for?
I can I have a couple weeks to figure out what they're going to do this weekend?
No. Because I think this team is better sooner than we think it is with the moves
I don't
they
want to
made.
bet because I don't believe it.
Because you
I don't
lost to
believe
me?
it.
Because you lost to me on the Michigan State?
I think my hot take of this whole draft is that all 4 of these guys are going to be impactful Pistons in the future. in the very near future.
Yes. Yeah.
It's so easy to win a playoff series in the NBA.
Oh.
No, it isn't.
Okay.
No, it isn't.
Okay.
Get outta
It's so
here.
easy to win one playoff game in the NFL.
Not for the Lions.
Agreed.
won-
agreed.
What is it? One since '57.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you keep holding
So I feel,
on.
I
91,
feel like
92?
I feel like if I make that bet, like I should have better odds. So like if I give you $50, if you
No,
win,
just
I
make
should
the
get
bet.
like $650.
$650.
I don't know. It's just throwing it out there.
Straight up. Put your money where your mouth is.
All right, whatever. Let's do it.
Are we shaking?
Oh, you got to shake. Very nice.
Are we
Hey,
all witness here?
Don't tell Andrea I'm betting again.
Okay.
Okay.
all right.
Can I
I just
quick
texted
throw
her.
something in here
Yeah,
about one
re-
of these guys?
Yeah, go for
real
it.
quick, and then we gotta
So-
cut.
I'm watching Isaiah Stewart's highlights, and take it with a grain of salt. I'm not a basketball guy, but down low, how do you not like this guy? This guy is a monster down low. He's a rebound monster, and he finishes plays.
Sure.
He works hard. He gets the ugly points. I don't know what more you want from a pick like that.
You're absolutely right. And this is a guy who actually was really close to going to Michigan State. And so this is somebody that I was following in high school leading up to this. He has always finished. That's what he's good at. Like, he scores, he finishes, he can shoot. Did you see his three-pointers? Like, his shot looks like a guard is shooting him. He's good.
He is good. He's great.
Underrated value, and that's what Troy Weaver is known for, and I think we should trust him right now in that regard.
Yep.
All right, so for our Facebook watchers, you can tell that we've changed the scenery a little bit. What we're doing is we're standing. We're going to do some taste testing here. So what we did, we were approached by locally owned and operated by husband and wife Sean and Val Burke here in Grand Rapids, Southern Hiss Sauce. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little tasting here. What we have we have Serpent's Kiss, Red Racer, Python Crush, Forbidden Fruit, Harvest, Hellraiser, Pits of Hell, Black Mamba, Deep Throat, the Devil, and
Offensive.
Barba Amarilla.
Seems to be a theme.
I hope I got that one. That's
of
Mango
Hell and the
Habanero.
Devil.
Yeah.
It's definitely Deep Throat the Devil.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're
Oh,
right.
yeah.
But anyways, so basically what we're doing is we're taste testing all of their sauces that they helped us get our hands on, which we're really excited about. Basically what they're doing is dedicating to creating the sauces that you want to eat over and over again and become a mainstay in your fridge. They create flavors that have no limitations. Marinades, dips, you make it into pepper jelly to top on your burgers and your hot dogs and your brats and stuff like that. And they even had some customers that said that they put them into mixed drinks and make them into their cocktails and stuff. So I am not educated enough in cocktails to be like, okay, I'm going to put sauce in it. I didn't know that was a thing, but I guess it is, and that's perfectly fine. And look, I mean, so far, well, I mean,
Stop trying to make fetch a thing.
yeah, seriously, right?
Right.
So you can find them on their social media. It's at Southern Hiss on Facebook and Instagram. Basically, you can place orders on either of their messaging platforms. On social media, they'll deliver, they'll ship, all of that good stuff. Or you can find them at all of like the local craft shows here in West Michigan. So make sure you check them out and find them. They also have a Memphis, Carolina, Texas barbecue sauce that actually was made this week.
Ooh.
And they're going to be at Allendale High School's craft show this Saturday.
Oh,
So
by
check
me.
them out. Yeah, exactly.
Sounds
Hey.
good. Do we have that?
Kyle,
or no?
you have zero excuse to not be
I
there.
don't think so.
You make sure you go there and tell them
Craft
that
show.
So
State of My Sports sent you.
I checked
Yeah.
out with everything you just said. What are we doing here?
Yeah, so basically, I mean, we didn't really have a good way of doing this. So in State of My Sports fashion, what we're going to do is we're going to do King Kyle's Stanley Cup of questions
Oh, nice.
as
Yeah.
we're walking around and taste testing these. And then what we're going to do is kind of go down the list of Serpent's Kiss, Red Racer. We have 1 through 9 here, and just get some little feedback on it if you guys are cool with that. Does that work?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to take my headphones off so I can move around the table a little bit. But Kyle, can you start us off with your very first question?
Let me do that. Let me pull one.
All right.
We're gonna all have to try to like not chew in the microphone
Right.
because we're all just talking
That's
in the
kind of
microphone.
that's kind of
That's
important
true.
to
Especially
not
with pretzels,
chew.
That's a
like
terrible
they're kinda-
sound, yeah.
yeah.
It's pretty rude, I think. All right.
All right. We're going to have to keep this one short.
All
but
right.
how would you like to spend your elder years?
Oh gosh. Naked.
So let's assume we're retired. Right? What do you say?
Naked.
Naked.
I want to have. You remember
Weird.
that movie?
Oh,
Failure
man.
to Launch. You guys remember that movie?
Yes. Yeah.
And
I do.
Terry Bradshaw's
Bradshaw.
character, he
Yep.
had a naked room. That's what I want. I want a naked room. I don't have enough
You
room
went
for
to
a
church
naked
this
room.
Sunday. I can tell.
I did. No, you're right. I did. Yeah, that was a great message. But yeah, I
Naked.
want a
James
naked
wants to be
room.
naked.
Yeah. So somebody else go.
I'm going to spend my elder years with no worries.
No worries. I like that.
There it is, right there. I'm gonna try it.
Ryan, anything on elder years?
Well, I would have chimed in, but Sam was in front of my microphone. He just
hopping
just
around.
jumped in front.
Really aggressive.
I'm very rude, especially when it comes to food.
Yeah, I mean the no worries thing sounds pretty good. Like secure,
So I
right?
took my hoodie off.
Secure. Yeah.
Secure, yeah.
I want to be in Florida at Disney World.
I
Do I
wanna-
get to answer these?
Usually you say no, but I mean, this is your
I just did,
your segment,
right?
so you're
It's
like,
my thing, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
want to
Nice.
be in Disney for your
What,
elderly
what,
years?
wait, what
Yeah.
are we
Sounds terrible
talking about
for
elder
elderly.
years? Are we talking like 50s, 60s? Are we talking like
I think we're talking
retired age?
retirement. Yeah, yeah.
All right, so Serpent's Kiss is a raspberry / ghost pepper. Look, I think that ghost pepper stands out a ton. What do you guys think on that one? What
I
would
get
that
a lot
go-
of both.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's not overly spicy. Or you think it is?
it definitely hit the tip of my tongue pretty hard.
I bet it did.
No, I think
The
that's
tip
a
of
solid
anything
one.
else?
Yeah.
Kyle, what do you think that would go good on?
Boy, the raspberry ghost. Pulled pork?
Yeah.
Wait, is
probably
that
would
what
be-
they're doing with?
Well, they
a lot
said
of
it
this is-
basically whatever you think, whatever your imagination.
That is sweet.
You think that's too sweet?
Serpent's Kiss?
Not too sweet. Sorry, that's probably the wrong word, but
It's not too sweet, but it's sweet enough where I think you have to be strategic with it.
Sure.
okay.
That's
But I
fair.
think it's
yeah.
I think the hit is there enough though. It's
Yeah,
spicy enough.
I do get a little bit. Yeah, yeah.
I think
yeah,
you
yeah.
could do this with
I can
chicken.
still taste it.
Oh, yeah.
That would be really
Maybe
good
that'd
on
be better
like a
because you
brat,
don't have this huge piece of meat. What'd you say?
like on a brat or something.
Sam, if you put that on a brat, your mouth would be burning. You'd be crying. And I don't mean that to normal people. I just mean that to Sam.
So,
So mean to me.
7 out of these 9 have ghost pepper in them.
Yeah. So this is
One
gonna be
has
a
Carolina Reaper,
scary episode.
and then the other has a habanero. And we'll get to that. But the raspberry and ghost pepper go really well together. I actually
do.
think that would pair really well with a pulled pork.
Yeah.
Pulled chicken, I mean, it might, but I think it'd be
The
better
pork.
with pulled pork.
You think the saltiness of the pork would
I think the fattiness
Yeah.
of the pork would do well with the. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
cut
All
it
right,
more
so
in?
But I
next
think
we're
that
gonna-
might be true with a lot of
Yeah.
ghost pepper.
So as
stuff.
Kyle digs down into his Stanley Cup of questions, what we're going to try next is the Red Racer. So this one is a strawberry and ghost pepper. So a lot of these sauces are a little bit of fruit and a little bit of heat.
Yep.
If that's the right way to explain it.
Yeah. Yep.
So where's that one at? I got to find that one. Right here.
Red Racer.
All right. What's the question, Kyle?
Would you stop eating all junk food to live 5 years longer?
No.
No, not at all.
Look,
You
I-
crazy?
look,
5 years.
I think it might determine how you define junk food, but I think my answer is no as well.
Look, the last 5 years of my life are probably going to be the worst years of my life, in a lot of ways. Yeah, you're going to get to see your great grandkids, and that's awesome. And I'm not going to overreact to that.
It
but,
might be great.
But the pain that I'm in now in life, I'm in a lot of pain now. I can't imagine the pain I'm going to be in the last 5 years of my life, and I don't know. I would give up 5 years for.
You
junk
just
food.
said, you get to see your great grandkids, but I'm not gonna like. What did you say? I'm not
Who
gonna
knows what I said? I
overreact
just
to
say
that.
weird
I'm not gonna
things.
overreact to that, or I'm not. Unreal.
You know what?
Look,
Unreal.
I'm gonna
I
not
think-
go morbid. Because
Look-
what if God's like looking down at you, laughing like right now, and He's going, "You think you're making it that far? That's
You think you
funny."
got another 5 years in you, buddy? No, but honestly, like, let's say I live to 100, right?
You
by
won't.
by giving up junk food today,
You stress too much.
right? All right, but if I live to 100, living, and I have to give, when do I have to give up the junk food? I think is the question. Can I give
Now.
it up the last?
Right now.
Okay, no chance. Because
No
that's
chance?
like, let's say my plan is 100 years.
Yeah.
I would gladly die at 95
What-
to enjoy my food.
What do you
A little bit
consider
more.
junk food?
I don't
What are
know.
you
I
getting
I know.
rid
See,
of?
that's my point. Like,
Let's
what,
define this.
Yeah,
Just
you have
no
to define
restrictions.
that,
Like
yeah.
I don't want to have to think about it. I feel like if I can't have junk food, then I
Are
don't have to
pretzels
think
junk
about
food?
it.
To me, in my
Probably.
house, a pretzel's junk food.
It
Technically,
kind of would be.
technically, yeah.
It has to be like snack food. Like it's
Yeah.
not real.
Yeah, junk.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but like I can eat potato chips, and the ingredients of that would be potatoes, right?
Sure, good
potatoes
point.
and olive
Yeah.
oil and salt. So I don't consider that junk food, but that's
Right.
what I consider junk food. I mean, it's good
That's a
enough-
question.
It's good enough to replace junk food.
That's a pretty deep question. I feel like.
You want me to go again?
I'm gonna take the 5 years. I want the 5 years. I'm gonna spend that with family because I'm considerate that way.
Sam apparently
That's so nice of
doesn't
you.
want
Even though
to
you'd
be
be,
great
you're going to be a
grandkids.
burden to them those 5 years.
Yes.
This strawberry one, right?
Yeah.
Selfish.
I think that one's.
I feel like I want to marinate something in that.
Yeah.
That's
That
the
one's
key.
more of a
That's the
marinade.
key, Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I
Very
think
liquidy.
the strawberry is really, really sweet, and for the people that don't do well with heat and do better with sweet, the strawberry. So the
one, yeah.
red racer is going to be a little bit.
It's not as hot, right?
No,
I don't think it's as hot. I don't know if it was designed that way or if it just came out that way, but I think that's actually a good balance of sweet and hot.
But I also think the strawberry goes better with the spice too. That it cuts it.
I
out.
do too.
For
I
my
like it.
opinion, like
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything bad about the
Well, I just yeah,
raspberry,
and maybe
but I
you
just think
like
strawberry
strawberries
works a
better,
little bit better.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point. I'm
Where's
probably the same
Python
way.
Crush?
No, I agree. I think the strawberry is the better flavor overall.
All right, so
I
now
do
we're
too.
gonna jump down to Python Crush,
Let's get
which
a-
is actually a pineapple and ghost pepper.
Like this.
So that one's over here by me.
You're a pineapple.
I need some more pretzels.
I need to cleanse my palate.
Yeah,
Oh,
with
let's get
beer
some
or
water.
doing water? I'm
We're
a
doing
beer
water.
guy.
You know, because you're so cool.
He's such a hard
Junk
ass.
food.
I don't. Yeah, I guess beer would probably be junk food, right?
Oh yeah, that's your 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You're done.
So if you guys
Kiss
are
it
gonna
goodbye.
do this, you're off the podcast. No, don't. Never mind. You have
Yeah,
to stay on
stop
the
that.
podcast.
I already gave my answer then.
I know
Tim.
that. Yeah, I know that. That's not a win in my book.
We got a question or what?
We got a question. What's your favorite reality TV show?
Is Bachelor?
Survivor.
Oh,
You think? Oh, really? I don't get to answer. Hold on, I gotta get some pineapple goodness.
I need some brainstorm reality TV shows.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
name a few. Bachelor,
Big Brother.
Bachelorette, Paradise,
Paradise,
Bachelor in Paradise,
Disaster.
Survivor.
Bachelor Winter Games.
I never watched that one.
We can move on, I think, but there's still probably more.
Is Real World Road Rules still a thing or no? Or is that just
No, that was
ended
like
in high school?
that was high school and college.
Okay.
Is there comments up there, Sam?
Survivor. Yeah, but I can't read them. Can anybody read the comments? Beer is
terrible.
junk food.
Beer is junk food.
I'm jealous of this, by the way.
Who said that?
Doesn't matter.
What?
Carrie.
You know, people can read these comments as they're.
Wait, hold on. I'm
Sam did.
Survivor.
Southern Hiss says we will definitely get you guys some of our new barbecue sauce.
Whoa. I'm smoking some. I will probably actually do a butt this weekend. So,
Whoa.
Does your wife know this?
yeah. I'm also going to be using my smoker. That's way out of line. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Hold
that was
on.
inappropriate. That was really inappropriate.
We need to cleanse our palates with their homemade shine.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wait a second.
What?
Nobody threw that out there.
Get out.
Okay.
That's actually.
Yeah, let's
no,
do
I
that.
was supposed to keep that to myself.
Yeah, Sam probably has like a.
No,
gallon.
I'm
Ryan,
just kidding.
go up to the cooler right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah, he didn't show Sean. He did mention something about their shine. I don't remember exactly.
All
what
right,
he
so
said.
this is Python Crush, right? What we're doing right now,
Yeah, let's talk about
This-
it.
which is the pineapple ghost pepper. This is a good
This is
flavor.
really good. This has got really good heat to it.
This is hot. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
like
just,
the hotness.
I just
I
took
do
too much
too.
for how
Yeah.
much heat was in that.
What'd you say?
I just took a little too much for how much heat is in that.
What,
So-
you touched it.
I'm gonna start getting.
So what I
I'm
like
gonna start
about
getting uncomfortable. I might
Yeah.
have to take my shirt off.
what I like about this one is there's something to dip. If you have a chip or if you have something like what we have right now, pretzels, you're actually gonna get stuff on your way
It's
out.
got kind of like a chunky. It's got like a chunky salsa
yeah, there's
texture to it.
exactly. It does. Yeah.
because
It does. I like this one.
some
I
of
do.
these look a little watery,
Yeah, that one.
which
that
are
one's-
gonna go good right into the meat
Right.
and kind of soak into the meat.
Yeah.
And that pineapple one's got a lot of pineapple
but this-
chunks in it.
This could also be like a
Yeah, that
like
one
a
was
sauerkraut type of thing too.
Yeah,
like-
where it kind of sits on top.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm not good with heat, but
I like the
good
heat
flavor.
in that one. I really
Very
do.
good flavor.
Yeah. What'd you say?
very good flavor.
No, I thought he said chicken flavor.
You can't hear me. That's why you
It's
gotta wear
not
the
too
headphones.
it's not too sweet either.
You
Though. I
don't
think
have
this
that
is
flavor.
underrated. I mean, we're rating it pretty well, so
Yeah.
maybe it's properly rated.
So
No, this is my favorite so far.
Yeah, this is good.
Very
so question for Southern Hiss: is it an apple pie, peach cobbler, and strawberry shine, or are those three different ones?
good. This one. Or
Well,
forbidden
no,
fruit?
no. We're gonna get a response here shortly.
Sounds like they have some shine that they want to get rid of.
Oh, that's the shine. they're
Oh
offering?
yeah,
I know
our
people-
answer is yes.
I
Yeah,
know people that like alcohol on this podcast.
the answer is
We
yes.
could do a moonshine episode.
There you go.
All right, get another one going. What we're gonna do is we're gonna
All right.
move down to forbidden. I really should have got water. You guys are right on that. Forbidden fruit. It is their apple
know.
pie ghost pepper.
We know that. Yeah. Yeah.
Should I just run up and get some water? Well, you
No,
guys
you
take
gotta
it?
man
You
up.
said
I
no.
blew it. I blew it.
Yep.
Actually, I did schedule a break in here.
No, you
Um,
didn't.
all right.
Okay, that was three different shines. They have an apple pie shine, a peach cobbler shine, and a strawberry shine.
Strawberry Shine. I don't know if I've ever
Wow.
had something like
I
that.
bet you that's really good.
Yeah.
All right, so which one are we on?
We
Forbidden
are down
fruit.
to forbidden
Ryan's
fruit.
digging in. Ryan is digging in. But
Here's
what
your-
question we got?
Here's your question. Would you rather meet your great great grandparents
Ooh.
or your great great grandchildren?
Oh, that is a rough question.
If I can throw it out, what my answer? I want to be my great great grandchildren.
I think I'm on that
That's
same
just
page
it.
with you.
That's just
why?
me.
Because that's a fruit of my loom.
Yeah, I just feel like that's me. Not that the other ones aren't, I guess, obviously, but
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
But it feels more you. Like
It
I mean,
does,
to
yeah.
see my kid. What is it? Great, great. So it's my kids, kids.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Sure,
I
whatever.
mean, do I have to give my 5 years up of junk food or no
yes.
to reach that? Or
You're
like, I
not
feel
going
like-
to combine
I feel
them.
like
Come
kind of
on.
It's the
Part
same
of it, yeah.
narrative here, right? That's fair.
I think I'm going to go the other way. I think I want to see the past.
You want to see the best?
Yeah, I want to see what they were doing in Austria and in Germany, with my family heritage.
Sure.
I think that would be pretty cool.
I don't think there's a wrong answer here. I don't. You know what I mean?
I think that was the wrong answer.
My
I guess with great great grandchildren, you have more of them to see in the end, most likely, right?
Wait, where's forbidden fruit?
right here.
Right by Micah here.
So
just hop in front.
No, I need. No,
Get
I need to get a little bit too.
Too bad, bro.
Well, you gotta have somebody talking. All I do is everybody's just sitting back from their mics.
So my initial reaction was to meet the great great grandchildren, but I think I'd really want to
That's not bad.
meet my great great grandparents just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Kind of, for the same reasons that Ryan said.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
ours now.
either
You guys
way.
like that one?
What one?
Sorry.
Either way, it would be such a
It's ours now.
meaningful greeting. Like
Yeah.
how can you even pick that? Like, it would be such a beautiful thing to like meet those great great
I
grandchildren.
think the
It
better
really
question
would.
is who would like to meet us more, right? Because who would like to meet us kind of answers the question of where we should go. Because I feel like it's the great 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 grandparents that would like to meet us, but like in our perspective right now, it's like we would like to meet our great great grandkids, but they would like to meet
No,
us.
you would.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's talking in circles.
Yeah.
No idea what I'm saying. I'm still concerned about water.
What I think is cool is
water.
yeah, but we have relationships with our parents and then our grandparents and maybe even great grandparents if you're really fortunate. I think to know where they came from is also cool because it tells a story about your grandma and grandpa that you probably love as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into it, obviously, but I think I would love to know where the family heritage, especially because I think with how young America is, and we're obviously in America, so
Yeah, that's a good point.
so I think it's cool to see them, like the generations that basically brought our family to this new country as well.
Yeah, so for forbidden fruit, it's their apple pie / ghost pepper. That was probably my least favorite so far, but you guys seem to like that over there. What do you think?
Not
what-
my least favorite at all.
No,
No.
you guys think that would be a good marinade or like more on top of something or
I
what?
don't- It's a little thicker again. Like boy, I don't know.
Right on top of meat again. Right
Yeah?
on top
Right on
of
top
it.
of the meat.
Because so far my least favorite is the strawberry. Because I'm when it comes to barbecue sauces or hot sauces, I'm not so much into the super super sweet. I do love strawberry flavored things though, but the apple pie ghost pepper, the forbidden fruit would really go well on pork again. It would go super good on pork.
The apple side of it, I always like if you're gonna do ribs, this is unbelievable, by the way.
What happened? Oh,
Watch this. Watch this.
Who gets the
He
ball?
tries to pick it up, and gets immediately hit.
Oh, did they get the ball or no? All right, it doesn't matter.
They're still deciding.
Terrible radio. Terrible. Nobody knows what
So-
we're talking about. All right,
Guys,
but-
look at this.
The apple goes well with ribs to me.
okay, real quick, we have some comments about. We got to start
Very nice.
moving a little bit quicker here.
So Carrie says she's with Ryan. She thinks seeing the future seems a little freaky. And then Southern Hiss replied, they're also coming out with a peppermint shine just in time for Christmas.
Oh,
Wow,
beautiful.
nice.
So check out
Good timing.
check out all their social media. Again, at Southern Miss Hiss on Facebook and Instagram. So make sure you check them
just
out.
at Southern Hiss.
What did I say?
Southern
did I say Miss?
You said Southern Miss.
Sorry,
Hiss.
that's my web browser.
Just
Is that what you call your brain when you're drunk?
Sorry. No, Southern Miss sauces is what I meant to say. I don't know why I
Southern
said that.
Hiss.
At Hotmail.
You said Southern Miss again.
Goodness, I'm struggling here, guys. I'm so focused on the water, but I also want more beer. So I don't know. This is
Well, speaking of the
This is
water,
very
your
difficult
sister said,
situation.
"Go get water." It's hard to watch you struggle.
right, isn't it? Yeah, she's been watching me struggle my whole life, so that's fair.
Where's Harvest
She loves you.
Hellraiser?
All right, Harvest Hellraiser. That is their pumpkin pie / ghost. I'm a little nervous about.
Oh,
this
right
one.
down by me.
It's a ghost pepper pumpkin pie. Like I'm not a big
Now this
pumpkin
one's
guy.
thick. This
So
girl's
it's-
thick.
Yeah,
All right. I'm coming down.
that was one that I was supposed to shake, right? Did I shake it?
I did.
Did you end up
shake
putting
it.
the lid on and shake it?
Yes, I did.
I asked you one thing, and I hope you did it.
Did you
But it's
shake it
thick.
like a Polaroid picture?
You know I did.
Shaken, not stirred. No, but do we have a question for? we. I gotta get over there, but I need a question I need someone to be talking while I
Just
walk
give
over.
Micah some space.
It's a very
So this
important
is their
job.
pumpkin pie mixed with ghost pepper. I don't taste the ghost pepper at all. This is pure
straight
pumpkin
pumpkin?
pie.
Straight pumpkin. Sam,
It's like if you
stay
just
out of my
took,
business.
if you
There,
just,
there's a little heat. It takes a few seconds.
well, I'm probably feeling it from all the rest of the sauces at this point.
Okay,
Hitting right here like
Yeah.
whiskey is.
you can feel that one a little bit, right?
A little bit.
All right.
That one's
Here's the
interesting.
question. Besides me, who's the funniest person alive?
Hold on. Read the card again, please.
Okay, it says besides Kyle.
Okay, one more time.
Besides Kyle, who's the funniest person alive?
That's a really good question.
The funniest person alive?
Funniest person alive. Yeah.
So looks aren't everything, obviously, since we can't choose you. Is that what it is?
No, I think it's just giving up the fact that I am the funniest person alive.
Oh, I thought they were talking about your looks or something.
No, good joke. Very
Thanks, man. We appreciate it.
kindergarten, but that's
Well,
fine.
that rules one out.
I don't know who I think the funny
I'm tempted.
person is.
That
I'm tempted to
is-
say Quinn, my 4-year-old daughter.
She's
but
up there. I'm a-
she's pretty funny.
She's funny.
I got to think about this though.
I like when you look at comedians and actors and stuff. Like
This
there's
is going to be a
something about-
2-hour conversation.
there's something about Will Ferrell that just makes me laugh, and it's half of it is what he looks like in the way he acts. Like I don't know. He's on my list. I don't know if he's the funniest person alive. He's not the funniest person alive. I know that he's
Oh,
not.
he might be.
So look, we're going to throw a few into the ring here, okay? Will Ferrell, clearly. Jason Bateman is in the ring. Jason Bateman is in the ring with
I
Will
want Dave
Ferrell.
Chappelle.
I'll take Chappelle.
Do you have his
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle skit that you can do
Really?
for our audience?
No, I'm not. No.
isn't that an Office thing?
Yes.
Like he gets in trouble for the. That's like
It's
episode
like
2,
episode
isn't it?
2, yes,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like. it's
This
so
podcast
good.
would be over if we did that. So don't. Yeah.
You
Was
would,
it
yeah,
Kevin
you
Hart
should
or
do
was
it.
it
And
Dave
you'd love
Chappelle?
that.
Jimmy
somebody-
Fallon was brought up.
Yeah. Somebody
Dave
should
Chappelle?
comment. Who else? Yeah.
Who else? I want to know what
Kevin Hart?
Southern Hiss thinks
Kevin
about
Hart
who the
is
funny person was.
hilarious.
He is. This one I get a lot of pumpkin in this one, right?
A lot
Yeah,
of
and
pumpkin.
it's not. I'm not a big pumpkin
it's
fan.
too
I
much.
bet you.
But if
pumpkin
you
fans
don't want
love
it,
that.
if you don't want it as hot, this might be a good one. Maybe.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There's,
The aftertaste
there's still a
hits you,
lot of
though.
heat
You
coming.
still yeah, you get it. Okay.
Yeah.
like
I get it from the
I
aftertaste
don't
for sure.
know because I'm seriously.
I bet
my
you do,
mouth
Sam.
is like, I feel the heat from all the other ones. So I'm not sure if this has the heat or not. Really.
All right, let's do one more of the taste test before we get into the next picture. So we got Pits of Hell. We
Pits
can
of Hell.
did everybody answer the funniest person alive? Because I want to keep
I
that
did.
going here. All right,
Um,
Pits of Hell's over by me.
So
Yeah, nobody did.
one that was brought up on
I did
Facebook
mine, too.
was Bert Kreischer, and I second that
is Bert
100%.
That's the guy from Van Wilder, right?
No, that is Van Wilder. That's
Huh?
who they made Van Wilder, the movie, based on.
I thought it was Ryan Reynolds. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
So the
Well,
actual
no,
character.
I just said the
He's
weird
up there.
thing.
The
He just said it
actual
right.
Van Wilder
Okay.
is Bert Kreischer.
Okay. Where's Pits of Hell? Sam's hurting.
All right, I'll be right back.
I didn't know that. Has he been in other stuff or?
What about like
guy.
what about like Chris Farley and some of those Saturday Night Live guys?
But it says alive.
Okay, yeah,
Farley
yeah.
passed,
Oh,
or he'd be on the
true.
top of my list for sure.
True, yeah.
That's exactly where my brain went.
What's the guy from The Jerk? What's his name?
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. I think he's way up there too.
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin's hilarious.
Steve Martin's
Better
hilarious.
pull than Dave Chappelle. He is. Yeah. So
Okay.
timeless. So yeah.
You guys have Netflix or no?
Yeah.
Watch Hey Big Boy Bert Kreischer
Yeah.
on Netflix. and then you come talk to me and you tell me if he's
And
hilarious
that's
or not.
the character of Van Wilder?
That is who they
Who
based
they-
Van.
yeah,
That
okay.
is Van Wilder.
I like that. I like that.
I'm back. I got
Oh.
ice.
I'm going with Steve Martin just because he plays the banjo or like
Steve Martin's hilarious.
whatever he plays.
Oh
yeah,
my
he's
gosh,
amazing.
yeah.
He's an amazing.
You guys,
I'm taking back. Mine is Dave Chappelle or Steve Martin.
I think
So-
Steve Martin's
Ryan's onto
actually a
something with
great pick. He's hilarious. In The Jerk, love
yeah.
that movie.
So funny.
that. You ever
So
seen
fun.
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels?
No.
Oh, so good.
Should I?
Yes.
okay, so Southern Hess, they said they also have a wing sauce in the works called Hotter in Seven Hells. That sounds fantastic. I'm not sure what the flavors are, but
Yeah, I'd love to
you
know
caught
that.
me on like the hotness level. I hope it's hot because I like hot stuff.
Ooh,
But
hot wings, especially
100%.
phenomenal. Yeah.
Yep.
What about
But-
Jake Johnson? Underrated?
No.
Pretty funny.
No.
Nick
He's a
from
good.
New Girl.
He's a good character. But,
Where's
I
Pits
mean,
of Hell?
he's not like a stand-up comedian
right
or
here.
I
anything.
think he could be though.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he could be. He's just funny.
All right, so we're on Pits of Hell, right? Did I do that one yet?
I don't know, but I just
No, I
spilled
didn't.
some on
That's,
your
that's
carpet.
the Traverse City cherry,
Actually,
ghost pepper.
the
like that
cherry
one.
is not too overbearing
No,
because in
that's got a lot
In-
of balance.
some
well
of
done.
like the cherry
Yeah.
stuff that we've gotten from Traverse City, because naturally, I mean, if you're from Michigan, you know Traverse City, they're known for cherries, cherry festival, everything cherries this, cherries that, and that is not overbearing cherry
No,
at all. It's actually
got good
really,
balance.
really good.
One thing that Sean told me when he was dropping off this selection here is they actually grow most of this in their own garden. So ghost peppers
Really?
are straight from their own garden.
Wow.
All the peppers are from that. So
Good for
I think
that.
that's really cool. The jalapenos, habanero, all that stuff, straight from their own garden. Cool for them. So that's Sean and Val Burke. So
Let's
the
go to
owners
Black
of
Mamba.
Southern Hiss Sauce.
Black Mamba,
Black
Mamba.
Mamba,
I feel like no.
blackberry,
No,
habanero,
I'm not a Kobe
jalapeno,
fan.
ghost
I'm not,
pepper.
I'm not even trying it. I'm not a
AKA
Kobe fan.
This is a good
Kyle.
one. This is what
Black
they called me back in
Mamba.
high school. Okay.
Black Mamba.
And speaking of when I was a child,
What did they call you that?
his frostbite actually. What was your favorite game to play as a child?
Oh boy.
Frostbite.
You said as a child or as an adult?
As a child.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a different game
We
as
gotta
an
be-
adult.
yeah.
I feel like my parents need to tell me what it was.
I don't think
It was
you want to
mini
hear your
sticks, Sam.
parents'
Yours
answer.
was mini sticks. Or basketball.
Mini six, basketball was a big one.
Or tummy sticks.
Oh my
Um, no, but I think I really enjoyed hide and seek though too.
Oh, hide and go seek
I
tag.
loved hide and seek.
Yeah.
I didn't call it tag though. I called it hide and seek with home free.
With home free, yeah.
Yeah, that's-
because you got to get back to.
I like- I
You
like-
got to get back to where the person counted from,
Yeah.
and then
That's
you
hide and go
got.
seek tag, I think, right?
I always called
Yeah,
it with
tag.
home free. My kids call it with home free.
Right?
So I don't know.
Ryan, get your hand out of there.
I think that's a really I think that would probably be my favorite. But my parents, so I remember growing up, my parents would have game night that we would all pick a game. My sister Brittany would always pick like a drawing game. I don't know what Carrie would pick, probably hide and seek in the dark. But I would always pick hide and seek in the dark as well, which was with home free, I believe. So I don't know.
What is home free?
So basically, where the person counts to whatever it is, if you can get
He was
there.
He was homeschooled, yeah.
If you,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
so are you, Ryan. So shut your mouth. All right.
Jeez.
He's just trying to help.
But
Bringing
with
the
home
heat.
free, it was if you get to where the person counted before they found you, you can't be found. So
Oh,
it's just like you're
yeah,
home.
okay.
You're home
Yeah,
free,
yeah.
and then everybody else gets found.
I got
So-
you. I got you.
I don't know if my parents are still watching or not. If they're
All right,
not,
Micah?
shame on them. But
Favorite game?
mom, dad, if you guys know
Can
what my favorite
somebody
game was
ask
as a
him to
kid,
be
please
quiet?
please share it with us.
Yeah, mine was chess.
Also
I
share
just like
yours.
3D type of chess.
I
Yeah, I'm
traded
sure
a
you
lot of
did, Ryan.
stocks
Yeah.
when I was a kid. That was my favorite.
He's just showing off. He did not play 3D chess. He
Micah,
didn't
any
play
game you
chess.
can think of?
He might have played chess. He was probably really good at chess.
Okay, is Sam
I-
ever going to stop?
I don't stop talking. I get nervous when there's
Sam is
silence.
the new me.
I didn't know if you guys were still talking or not. I thought you maybe you turn your mics off or something. I don't know.
No.
What,
Chess
what
was done.
Talk for no reason.
was that like your diehard? The ones you guys mentioned, was that your diehard one you always went to, or was that just something off the top of your head? Because I don't really have a diehard game I loved.
No,
I just don't.
Baseball for me. It was
I just
baseball.
casually
I know, I
played
don't know if
games
I
with
had a
my
big, like,
families.
one-
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I played I just played my whole life. I feel like.
What about
like,
Clue? Like if we're talking like
I love
board
Clue.
games,
Clue was a good one.
Clue was
it
a
up
solid
there.
game. I really liked I mean, nobody's gonna care about this, but I had this like hover hockey game. It was like a big old puck that we would play, and I'd play with my dad all the time.
Watch your mouth.
Even just playing simple catch meant the world to me. Like, and I feel like we see that as dads. It's like just playing catch with your son makes them
awesome.
like feel like they're the coolest person in the world.
But
so
your
I'm
sister,
sure that was up there too.
your sister brought up Pigpen.
Pigpen
That
was
one
amazing.
in like kind of like the middle teen years was awesome.
Yeah.
You know what mine was? I think it was where you grab the flag.
Oh, capture the flag.
Oh,
Capture the
I
flag.
remember that
Capture
one
the
big
flag
time.
was awesome.
Yes.
Capture the flag was probably my favorite game.
The one where you grab
all
the flag. What's that?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think
gotta
of the
capture
other
the
words with
flag.
that
Well,
game.
I remember
Yeah.
playing. I
I
broke my
remember
wrist.
a lot of that.
I broke
yeah.
my wrist playing capture the flag. It was that intense in my backyard
Did
one
I
time.
break your ankles and your wrist doing that?
Oh,
You did not break my ankles. You did
Got
not break
me.
my wrist. My sister actually broke
I was
my
there.
wrist.
He did.
But I'm not. I've forgotten and I've forgiven and forgotten.
Black Mamba.
We'll never.
Black
forget.
Mama. We're on
Wait.
Black
One of my
Mama. I haven't
favorites.
tried Black Mama yet.
One of my favorites.
What do you guys think? Yeah, you like that one?
Blackberry.
What would it go good with?
Jalapeno. It's got a lot going on. I like it.
So that one is one of the more subtle ones. It doesn't have a whole lot of heat to it
Sure.
compared to the other ones.
Sure.
It's got really good flavor.
I love it.
Really good flavor.
Sambo, what do you think?
What up, buddy?
What do you think?
It's good.
Are you burning up again?
Yeah, that one's
Yeah?
getting me.
Okay.
That
He
one's
is
getting me.
hurting.
I actually might have tried that one already, and I forgot because it just burned
I
it
think
out
we
of my
might have
brain.
been eating all of these before the.
Look, I'm not.
They're all kind of good.
I'm
so-
not great
all
with
hot.
heat, but these are I like the flavor of these, and I'd really like to see what I can do with them, or what somebody else could do with them, because I'm not a big cook or anything. So
Do you mellow down your sister's chili then? Because your sister's
no, I like my
chili
sister's
is
chili
hot.
a lot. I just put them on chips every single bite.
On chips? Oh, you got to go at that chili. That is the world's best chili, and you just got you.
It's hot.
Oh, it's so good.
What are we moving on to?
Deep Throat the Devil. This is the big boy, right? Isn't this supposed to be the most spicy?
All right, so
Spicy
double
is?
check
Which one is
the lid. Where's the
The
lid
most
for this one?
spiciest.
Okay.
I'm curious.
Where is it?
I think it's right there, right next
Got
to
in his
this.
hand.
No, next one over. The lid. We're looking for the lid. Because I think it's Deep Throat of the Devil. Is it Deep Throat of the Devil or Deep Throat Devil?
It says the devil.
Of the Devil. I think it's of the Devil.
Right up
No.
your alley, Sam.
Oh no, it is just three Deep Throat the Devil.
All right,
My
I'm gonna
bad.
do a few rapid fire questions here, so let's go
All
quick.
right, let's go quick. And then we'll,
What would you most like to learn how to do on a computer? Mine is that I.
girl podcast?
I knew he was gonna do that too. Okay, that's actually the only answer I wanted was Sam's because
I
I
don't care
wanted.
about that at all. Actually.
Okay. Is
Are these questions just the same?
you don't want that? You don't, that's
All right, so this Deep Throat the Devil is their bourbon smoked peach Carolina Reaper.
What remains undone that you've wanted to do for years?
One more time.
What remains undone that you've wanted to do for years?
For me, that it's easy. I want to jump out of an airplane and bungee jump. I want to do both
Dude,
of those
there you
things.
go.
You want to jump on an airplane?
We've
Let me
talked-
know,
we've
and
talked
we
about
will
this,
go.
Greg. We talked about this.
Go back
Let's
to
go.
episode
I need
72,
permission. Yeah.
and you could have
Go
this
again.
whole
I
conversation
will
all
go.
over again. No, but I
Let the man talk.
mean, I can make a
Undone.
joke
Undone.
out of it. Do you want me to make a joke?
Do it.
Make
Are
my
you-
wife happy? No, I'm just kidding. She's very happy.
You're in big trouble.
She's a very happy.
I don't know. Why don't you let her speak for herself? Huh?
I'd
I
like to
locked
have.
the door so she can't come down here.
I'd like to have kids. Just kidding. I have way too many of those.
No, but honestly,
never
that's a
able to
tough
do?
question.
Stop
What was
having
it?
kids.
What was the actual wording of that question? What was the wording of that question?
it again.
Is it worth it or no?
What
Or should we just move
remains
on?
undone? Sorry. What remains undone that you've wanted to get done for years?
I don't know. That's tough.
All right. Let me ask you this
Mow
then.
my
Go-
lawn.
I want to go on tour.
Sure. Yeah. Like I said,
100%.
yeah.
That's well done. It's like 7 months over.
Which is more important,
But it looks great.
intelligence or common sense? What's more important?
Common sense, in my opinion.
Common sense comes first.
Which one are we on here? What is that?
I think there's a lot of intelligence in
Is that
This
still
is
three-
still we're still deep
Deep throat
throating.
level?
And where does wisdom come into that? Yeah.
No, I think common sense is a little bit more important, personally. I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
I've met a lot of people, whether it's like even like when you're dating and stuff, like you'd rather have someone with common sense than like book smart. Is that fair?
Oh, I'm sure you would love to have a guy with common sense.
He's so mean to me.
If you,
No, but honestly, like, is that fair?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Your
of
wife
course
brought
not.
up learn the guitar.
saying
Is
that's
that
Sam's
is that
preference.
on
Whose wife?
yours?
My wife? Yeah, I have always wanted to learn the guitar. I actually borrowed my dad's guitar. He doesn't know
And?
how to play really either. But I've always wanted to learn it, and I just can't do it. Because I also feel like I could sing, but I just don't have the confidence to do it.
For the people that can play guitar and sing,
Sexy.
kudos to you guys
careful, Sam.
because it is incredibly difficult to play the guitar and sing, but then play them at the same time. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna ask a question.
It's
then
hard,
we're gonna
but
try Barbara Amarilla.
Yeah.
We
no,
haven't even talked about this, have we?
Deep Throat the Devil, I thought it was
No,
sweet enough to cover
Yeah, let's
the
talk a little-
Carolina Reaper, right? Because that's
Yeah.
isn't that supposed to be really? Is that
So
hotter
Carolina
or less
Reaper
hot?
This is the
that
hottest one.
Is that the
I like
pepper?
it though.
That's the pepper.
Yeah, Carolina Reaper.
Okay.
This is my favorite sauce.
Is it
I think
really?
that one was really good.
By
This is
far.
number one so far for me, but it is
But isn't that supposed to be the hottest too?
definitely the hottest.
Yeah.
I need another taste of that one, but before we move on, but
Please don't.
So what we're gonna do is
You're
we're gonna
cry
ask.
about it.
We're going to. I can't just dip my finger in it, Ryan.
Put your tongue in it.
Teabag it.
Nobody said that. Nobody said that. No, you said that. Nobody else said that.
You alone.
Right.
I'm a human that said it. No, but
I'm a human. What?
I don't know. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a question, then we're gonna taste the last one. We got Barbara Amarilla. It's their mango habanero,
Now that's the least spicy pepper, right?
and then maybe we'll do one more question just for fun.
Don't cheat.
Ghost peppers on everything.
Is that it?
No, I don't know what that one.
That's the Carolina.
No, you got a
That's-
question?
That's
Throw out a
deep
question,
throat.
Kyle.
All right.
I'm not going to do that.
Me and Ryan like this.
I'm doing it.
It's good. Okay. This is really deep. This is kind of
All
deep.
right,
I don't know
what-
if Sam
oh,
can
gosh.
handle this. Would you
He
like
throws
to
me
be,
under the bus. That's
Well,
never a good sign.
Would you like to be proudest of your accomplishments or your character?
My character. That's not even a question.
Yeah, no question. I mean, I care a lot about my character.
That's because you're a character.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like.
Aren't you going to accomplish things that reflect your character?
That's why I'm going to say accomplishments. Because I think my accomplishments will be a reflection of my character.
No, see, that's where I disagree. I feel like your character is more about who you are as a person, where your accomplishments are like, I don't know, your accomplishments are more like what you've worked for. I don't want to say came easy or didn't come easy, but like,
No, but I think my
I feel like
my accomplishments come from the character that I have. Is my point.
I agree
That's
with you on
only
that.
because you have
and
character,
I
though.
feel like that's the goal.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the goal, but sometimes there's a lot of people that get accomplishments that are the opposite of their character.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
true.
mean? And I feel like accomplishments can overshadow a person's character
Yeah, it's a
big
really-
time.
it's a really
You
deep
have-
question.
I mean, let's look at like politicians for example. Not throwing any names out, but a lot of their accomplishments are great, but their characters actually piss poor, and they're not good people.
Yeah,
like
agreed.
where you know what I'm saying? Where I feel like your character, if your character is what creates your accomplishments, great,
Ooh.
perfect. But if your accomplishments are outside of your character, then that's a problem.
A compliment or
was getting deep.
sorry, not a compliment.
was a
A
good
comment. Comment on Facebook. Politics show us you can accomplish a lot without character.
What's that?
Is this one around right here? Sorry, Mike.
Yep, that's your winner.
We interrupted you. Barbara Amarillo. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. No, there was a comment on Facebook. My wife. She said, "Politics show us you can accomplish a lot without character."
That's,
That was-
she's
was-
right. She's
That
right.
was heavy.
Yeah, but
and
somebody with good character and doesn't do anything with their life. I mean, that's the other argument. That's the other
Right.
side of it.
The other side of that coin. Yeah. Yep.
she's saying politics.
All right, Kyle. One more question.
No. So
Yeah, let's talk a little about that one.
Tell that a little bit, and then I just drew the perfect sum up this whole thing question.
All right, so the mango habanero, so it's their Barbara Amarilla. I don't know enough about sauces to know what does that go with, Micah?
I feel like the sauce would go best with chicken, pulled chicken specifically.
Okay.
I mean, you could put it on any sort of grilled chicken, but specifically on a pulled chicken sandwich. And I think it's really easy to say this with all these sauces is to go on something that's been barbecued or pulled, some sort of meat. I mean, I think that's what it's paired best with, but with that unique mind. I mean, if you're heavy in the kitchen, you can find all sorts of different things to pair these things with.
Oh,
but
100%.
it's just the grill guy, the meat loving type of guy that I am, that I keep thinking of what barbecue type of meat this goes best with.
Yeah.
No, so for the people that don't know what we're doing, I mean, again, thank you to Southern Hiss Sauces.
It's good stuff.
Owned and
Yeah.
operated by husband and wife Sean and Val Burke.
I feel like some really
here
unique
in Grand Rapids,
flavor
Michigan.
stuff going on here.
Yeah, so a lot of fruit and heat. I think they did a great job with
He
that.
doesn't even care what I say. I'm bringing more.
No,
than he
no
is.
idea what
He's just.
It's almost like I can't hear him with my headphones on.
Of you.
But what they're looking to do with their sauces is basically bring a mainstay sauce for your fridge. You can put it on basically anything. They're looking for marinades, dips, jelly. So you can create this into jellies and stuff like that to put on your burgers and brats.
Is that what that means, Sam?
Yeah, exactly what it means. Thanks, buddy. Some of the customers have even put them into some mixed drinks and all that good stuff. So you can find them on their social media at Southern Hiss on Facebook and Instagram. You can place orders through them. So please check them out. Let them know that you heard about them on State of My Sports podcast. And just, I mean, they have all these sauces. They have Serpent Kiss, which is a raspberry ghost. A lot of ghost peppers. They have Red Racer, which is strawberry with a ghost pepper. Python Crush, pineapple with ghost pepper. Forbidden Fruit, apple pie, ghost pepper. Harvest Hellraiser, pumpkin pie with ghost pepper. Pits of Hell, which is their Traverse City cherry, ghost pepper. Black Mamba, which is a blackberry habanero jalapeno ghost pepper. Wow, that's got a lot of flavors in there. I thought that one was pretty solid. Deep Throat The Devil, which is bourbon smoked peach with the Carolina Reaper, and then Barbara Amarilla, which is their mango habanero. They also have a Memphis, Carolina, Texas barbecue sauce that is coming out this week. It'll be available at the Allendale High School Craft Show, or again, check them out. They will deliver. They will ship it to you, all that good stuff. So thank you guys. Thank you, Southern Hiss Sauces, for giving us giving us this opportunity.
All right, I got one question for
Thank you.
What's your question?
I literally drew this out of.
Let's do
my
one last
famous couple
question.
questions.
Let's do the
so we got to
question.
keep it short. Quick things, but this is literally what I just drew out of here. Out of all those questions, what's your favorite part of Thanksgiving dinner?
No way. That really come up?
Literally,
Lions football.
just a terrible answer.
No.
The worst answer.
Honestly,
The worst answer possible.
honestly, my favorite part of Thanksgiving dinner is putting corn on top of my mashed potatoes.
I do the same thing.
Got boy.
Yes, I feel like
I can't go this far.
we disagree on so much, but that we agree on that.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Wait, this podcast is gonna last.
Micah, favorite part Thanksgiving.
I love getting together with family.
No, favorite part of Thanksgiving dinner.
Family.
It's about.
Literally love getting together, sitting around family.
He's lying.
Family qualifies. That's
No,
good.
Still not lying.
I completely agree with you. I think just
You guys are making me look bad.
unplugging from the
Yep.
world and getting back
Yep.
to what's important. It's
Yeah.
the older you get, the more you just appreciate
You
it.
appreciate that more and more and more.
Yeah, you hear it as a kid and it's just cliche, but it just becomes so real. The older you get.
What about you, Kyle?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like, okay, with the industry I work in, it's that Friday is always off,
Yeah.
so I know I'm getting my kids are off.
So it's just the day off.
And I'm like, I know I'm getting 4 to 5 days off with my kids, with my family, with it. Yeah, going back with Micah, it's just It's such a great family holiday. It really is.
Especially with corn on your potato.
And corn potatoes,
For the record, I
and
do
then
love
gravy on top
my
of the whole
family
thing.
time too. I thought we were giving
Sam,
like
you ready?
Oh, there's the back battle.
I thought we were giving
family.
Oh wait,
Vegetables. Vegetables.
What's going on here? So much going on.
But a mixture of them.
Right together. Is that music?
Yeah. Ryan didn't know it was there, so he didn't recognize the music.
Wait, is that my turn?
I don't even have headphones here.
Oh, you all hear that music, not the rest of us, but you do, we don't. It's time to make our Dehop Brewing Company and Cafe picks of the week. But before we do that, I want to remind you to stop into Dehop Brewing Company and Cafe for some of the best beer in West Michigan. The family-friendly atmosphere is perfect for whatever you have going on. And if you mention State of My Sports, you get a nice little discount when you carry out a crowler or on your first pint when you dine in. Whatever your beer of choice is, we are sure Dehops will have something that you like just as much, if not more. Keep an eye out for some of their great beers at your local beer store, or if you carry out a 6-pack of their double dry hopped New England IPA 7 Secrets, it will not disappoint. Stand Delicious, which is their incredible juicy IPA that is packed with mosaic hops and creates notes of pineapple and citrus. It is soft on the palate and has just enough to bring you back for another sip. Or check out their World Beer Championship Silver Medal Award-winning Shadowbox Dark Lager, now sold in 6-packs or on draft at the brewery. When they open back up, you can get it on draft at the brewery. Dobbs Brewing Company and Cafe is the official brewery of State of My Sports in 2020, so check them out and let them know that we sent you. Can you guys hear me?
No, I've had a really hard time hearing you. I'm not gonna lie. Is your mic on?
It's on, yeah. I don't think
You're
trying to yell.
You're at max
there,
volume here, so I'm gonna bump you back down. Just yell next time.
It says Micah, so Micah and I talk very differently.
Oh,
shoot!
is that what it is? Oh, that was my problem.
Ah.
That's what we do.
Sam set it up wrong.
That's what we do.
I didn't set up anything wrong. I was going to the bathroom when you guys reset up. All right. Anyways, last week's results.
False.
How do you do that? How do you just do that?
Micah went 1-5 for a 25-31 overall record.
Guys,
Kyle
I'm killing
4-2, leading the way with a 33-23 record. Ryan 2-4, 31-25, and I went 3-3 for a 30-26 overall record. That's winning. I mean, not winning, but that is a winning record.
I mean, you're like third
I'm
out
the
of
one
4.
winning.
It's a winning record.
Right, but I'm the one.
Yeah, you're killing it, dude. If you were actually putting money on these games, you'd be sitting pretty.
Well, for last
you might be
week,
able to
maybe.
retire.
Not before that.
Somebody else was making your
Well,
pick.
Jared made my picks the week
Oh,
before
shoot,
that.
the
Jared,
music
no
turned
thank you
off.
for that.
All right, so what we're going to do is
Jared.
we're going to start with we're going to start with one of the Thursday night games.
Listener Jared.
Obviously, we got
Listener
Ravens at the Steelers. If this game happens, so I don't know if you guys saw, but there was a lot of COVID going around with the Ravens. Who knows what's going to happen with that game?
Weird.
But we got Ravens at Steelers.
Yeah.
Steelers are a 4-point favorite. Kyle, start us off since you're the expert here.
Oh, this one I don't know at all. The Ravens have all the COVID, right?
The Ravens have the COVID.
Okay, give me the Steelers.
Ryan.
Yeah, Steelers. Ravens have more than just COVID going on. They've lost 3 out of the last 4.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Steelers are going to win this game
I made
easily
that pick.
because they're healthy. The COVID's past them, and yeah, the COVID is a real thing. Micah.
The steel curtain.
Yeah, Steel Curtain's gonna -4. That's the Sunday or the Thursday night game. All right, so we're gonna jump down to the Bears at the Packers, division rivals. We got the Packers. They're a 7.5-point favorite. I'm sure Mike is gonna take the Bears, but we'll save that for last. Kyle, start us off with this one.
I think the Packers are upset. I think the Bears stink. Give me the Packers.
Ryan.
Ditto.
Yeah, I'm right on the same page with you guys. And then I'm sure Mike is going to take the Packers because it's his team.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
That is fair
Or
to...
because it's reasonable.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, so we got 2 more NFL games, but the first one, before we get to our team, we got Titans at the Colts. The Colts are a 3.5-point favorite. Titans coming off a big win here. Kyle, where are you feeling with this one?
I'm going to take the Titans in this one.
Ryan.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet.
It's
But I am.
Too many field goals for the Colts.
Yeah, I'll go Titans in this one.
I only have to stay ahead of Ryan.
All right, I'm going to take the Titans as well. I really like the way they're playing. I love what the Colts are doing as well. So I don't want to underestimate what they're doing. But 3.5, it's going to be a field goal game. Either way, I don't know who wins. I don't know who loses. But the Titans are going to at least cover the 3.5. Micah, what about you?
I am going Titans as well.
All right. So far, we're agreeing. So there's going to be no progress made until we hit Houston at Detroit. Detroit is a 2.5-point underdog at home on Thanksgiving. What are we looking at here, Kyle?
Houston,
we have a problem.
I told you 5 weeks ago I will bet against the Lions every week, and it's been serving me well.
All right, Ryan, help me out here, buddy.
I don't want to lose any momentum or ground to Kyle, so I'm going to go with Houston.
He's gonna hold on until you find that one game.
Oh, man.
I'm actually gonna take the Lions because I'm Sam
course you
Walker,
are.
and that's what I do. No, but I mean, come on.
They match up well.
He said
They
that's what he
match
does,
up well.
though.
Look, 2.5 underdog. They're gonna win. They're gonna win this game. There's no question.
Houston has a really
that's
good
what the
quarterback,
Lions
so
do.
that means that's really good for the Lions.
I know that
This
scares
is
the crap
everything
out of me.
Sam said last week. Basically,
It scares the crap out of
verbatim.
me, but I'm just gonna take the Lions because that's what I am. That's
who
what
you
I do.
are.
All right,
Give me that.
Micah, tell me
Houston.
I'm right. Okay.
Sorry, bud. I just
Okay.
well, I don't know what's going to happen this week because last week, quite honestly, I bet with the Lions and the injury report came out and I told you I'm like, oh, I would have bet against them had I known all this was going to happen.
If Swift's healthy, if Galladay's healthy, which I'm sure they're going to be, they're going to win this game easy.
Whoa.
That'll never happen. All right, here we go. We're gonna. Oh, hold on. Let me change the music to the college game. Where's that college game one?
I don't know. Ask Pandora.
That's your job.
Let's go. The Rams won. All right, but we are at our college games. We got 3 of them
They
this
score a
week.
touchdown?
To start, we're gonna go Auburn at Alabama. Alabama is a 24-point home favorite. Kyle, who's gonna win this game and why? And give us
I
some.
don't know who's going to win, but I want the points.
You want the points? So you're taking Auburn.
Yeah.
All right,
That's a
Ryan.
lot for a 5-2 team. I mean,
Is Auburn ranked? I don't even know. I'm so out of touch with this.
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Calling everybody out with one question.
Totally guessing.
Remember when you guys said the pretzels were not enough, and then we all laughed and said, "Yeah, it was plenty," and we're almost gone.
Yeah, I appreciate the leftover
I
pretzels
told you
that
to
you
make,
provided.
like, hot
The
dogs or
sauces were
something.
just so good, right?
I thought we were going
All right.
to have like chicken wings or something.
All right,
what I
Ryan,
was
who do you
promised.
have for this one?
Alabama.
Bama. All right, I'm taking Bama as well. When you can take Bama less than 4 touchdowns, you do it, right?
It's the Iron Bowl.
Ryan, or
Already picked.
Micah.
Ryan actually already said he took Alabama.
Oh,
Maybe say it again.
Thanks, Kyle.
Alabama.
So that means Kyle's gonna win that game.
Yeah.
All right, so we got an in-state game. Michigan State is going to play this week, allegedly. Northwestern is at Michigan State. Michigan State is a 13.5-point underdog. Kyle, what are your Sparties going to do against Northwestern?
Is this basketball or football?
Football?
You better pray it's
Whoa.
basketball.
It's just the foot of the ball.
I want State.
Really?
Whoa.
Hold on. What's your score prediction?
No, that's Jarrett's thing.
12.5.
1-0.
It's going to be 12-0. Ryan.
Northwestern.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I do not trust Michigan State.
I don't either. But
Same. Northwestern.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Northwestern looks good right now.
Kyle's been a solo. So this is going to be an interesting week. We could really make up a lot of ground this week, guys.
I hope so.
And here we are.
I don't like this.
To our last game of the week. We got Penn State at Michigan. Michigan is a 2.5-point favorite against Penn State. Penn State, who we
I hate that.
perfectly
This is
picked
terrible.
our unders. If you guys watched our college
This-
football preview, we
this is
had
an easy
unders
one.
across
Easy.
the boards.
This easy.
Michigan.
He's taking Michigan.
Really?
Play the right quarterback, you win this game by way more than 2.5.
I am there with you.
You taking Michigan?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, okay. Ryan.
I am Ryan, and I will take Michigan.
I am
I
Sam.
am Ryan.
I am Sam, and I will take Michigan.
Okay, I want Penn State.
Well, so I got to make sure I don't throw that one away. So I'm going to throw it farther away. But anyways, it is time to
Trying to make up my mind.
grade our Michigan beers for episode 82. But before we do, I'm going to remind everyone once again of our partner, Siciliano's Market. They are simply the best beer store in West Michigan. Located on Lake Michigan Drive, right between Grand Valley State Universities. I looked at the audio and I lost my train of thought here. Grand Valley State University main campus in Allendale and downtown Grand Rapids. Wherever you live in West Michigan, it is worth the short drive for what they have to offer. You can know what you want and they'll have it when you first join in.
Just as
or
much,
jump
if
in.
not more.
But
Maybe more.
they have such a great variety of craft beer. It is unbelievable. It is wall to wall of craft beer. They also have wine, spirits.
And they have people that know what they're talking about.
That is a great point.
They just help you.
Yeah. So you say, I like
Ciders,
IPAs.
coffee,
I like
tea.
sours. I like coffee. Like whatever it is that you like, you walk in and say, this is what I like. And they'll be like, all right, you go this way and I will show you where to go.
Not even
And I'll
that.
Point out.
Not even that. I've been there where they actually just say, like, what kind of foods do you like? What do you really enjoy eating? And then they just pair you up with a
Oh,
beer.
I like that. Yeah,
That's a great point. Great
Nice.
point. And wine too, right?
Yeah.
But also they have winemaking supplies. They have home brew supplies. It's the largest selection of those in West Michigan as well. We love that they're part of the State of My Sports family, and it's who we trust to pick out our beers for each and every episode. So please check them out and let them know that State of My Sports sent you. Let's get some beer grades going. Let's go far left to right. So Kyle, start us off.
Big Lake Brewing. Superior. Sorry, how did you guys do this? A haze?
A's.
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 Okay. So this is the Upper Peninsula. This is the Hazy Double IPA. This is a good beer. 7.5.
That's it.
That's all.
Just a quick 7.5.
Yep.
Is it my turn?
No
Would I
other
buy it
selection.
again? Absolutely. Is it the greatest thing I've ever had? Nope.
Yeah, do you guys remember what we gave that? What grade we gave it? I think we gave it a pretty good score,
I
right?
think we were a lot higher than that. We'll have to look
It
that
is
up.
very good. I like it.
All right, Ryan, you're next, buddy.
Electron Brown from Old Nation Brewing Company
With Bob Harbaugh.
in Williamston, Michigan. An 8.1 percenter. This has a really good blend of the coffee. Like you taste the coffee in it, but it's not all coffee. It's not a coffee drink. That's
Not overpowering.
yeah, and but it's a double too. I appreciate it. I really appreciate this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it an 8.1.
8.1.
That's great.
Okay, good.
Good beer.
Good can. But I feel like I want to know more about the guy.
Yeah, there's
It
got to be a
doesn't say
story.
anything. I know there's not, but
Yeah.
I'd like to know
He
more.
kinda
about the
feels
guy.
I
like
bet
a-
Old Nation would answer
It
it.
feels like a
probably
minor,
would,
like
yeah.
a minor to me, like somebody in a mine is
Yes,
just like
very industrial.
Yes,
very,
gets his hands dirty.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's not under 18.
I've
but
been
he
watching a lot of-
actually, like hits rocks.
no, he's not a minor that way. No,
Not that kind
I've been
of
watching a
minor,
lot of
no.
Pole Dark lately, so I'm thinking mines.
Gotcha.
He's not Joe Biden.
Not that
So-
you care.
So
Come on,
tonight I'm drinking Shorts Brew, their Super Fluid, their American Double IPA, and it says their clean water makes better beer.
Oh, that's right.
And I honestly, that's kind of what I taste is that clean water is kind of their focal point of this beer. It says that this beer explodes with a perfume of resiny hop aromas. A simple malt bill allows the hops to shine with flavors of coconut, pineapple, and tropical fruit. I guess I'm having a real hard time picking up those fruits, but it's got a perfect bitterness that resonates across the palate, complementing the awesome hop intensity within, and it's a 9.1 percenter.
Got a lot of info on us.
It's a lot of info because
It was good.
they didn't have it on the beer, so I really wanted
Oh,
to
yes,
research
you
and,
pulled it.
and
Yeah, yeah.
understand
I
what
got
was
you.
going on here. But there's a lot going on. I'm gonna give it an 8.2.
8.2. That's
8.2.
That's a nice little score.
Yep.
Ryan, you gave it an 8.1, eh?
Yeah, he 1.1%.
It was a play on
Up
that.
to me.
Good grief. Hey.
All
What are you
right.
going with? What do you got?
I am drinking. What am I drinking here? I am drinking Lampshade Party Ale. So it's their Dumble.
That's an awful throw.
What just happened? What?
Wait, the throw or me saying Dumble?
No, we're watching.
Both.
They are
I didn't
checked out
even
on
hear
this
what I said.
podcast already.
All
I
right.
said Dumbledore.
Is there double?
I've never seen a worse throw.
I haven't either.
All right. It is their double IPA,
I don't know.
brewed and bottled by Bell's Brewery in Comstock, Michigan. It is 9% alcohol, which I'm feeling it is
90?
Yeah, 90%. Lampshade
Wow.
comes into play. Oh man, I don't know what's going on here. This is a good beer.
Get it together, Sam.
Oh man, I don't know. Good
Basically,
beer.
the hop character jumps out at you with juicy aromas,
Aruma.
Of
You said
fruit.
Aruma.
punch, red berry, and pineapple. Look, I think so far this is.
It's
If we were looking for a fun episode, then I just put this was gonna be Ryan's score. That is not the case. This is my score.
You basically said Roomba, like the
Even
vacuum.
from the other side of this table, the Aruma of that beer is amazing.
very nice, Arumba.
DJ Arumba.
One slow.
All right, no, I thought this was a solid beer. I'm gonna give this a nice 7.9. Yeah, I mean it was good. It was a good IPA. What are you doing? You changing the score? Mice. Mice. Did I say mice?
No, you said nice.
A
It's a
n- oh.
nice.
I thought you were calling me out that I said the wrong word there.
nice.
probably
Nice
did.
7.9.
All right. But anyways, it was a wrong music there, but
Oh,
Yeah,
close
this
it
is-
out.
Wow.
Classic
Rookie.
Pandora.
a rookie rolling hot here. But hey, thank you guys so much for
Can we
recording.
end this for you?
Yeah, please do.
All right, bye.
Thank you guys for
Bye.
recording. Thank you all for listening. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you
Never
to
been better.
Southern Hiss. We'll talk to you guys next week, if not sooner.
Adios.
Okay, so.
People like to tell me I'm gonna burn out soon, no, maybe worse. Running on coffee and 90 proof. Oh, I ain't worried about the chorus, but even the second verse. As long as I'm breathing, I got nothing to lose. I'm living 6 feet down, doing 27 over, and I don't quite give a damn. I was going left, but rushed up hands.
Thank you again to all our great sponsors, the House Brewing Company and Cafe, Siciliano's Market, Mac Web Design. Also, thank you to Paradise Outlaw for allowing us
All right,
to
guys. I
use
hope
their
you're enjoying the
music for our
butterfly
introduction.
and the
Detroit
dancing.
Hustle, and
But
for
that's
our
all we
out
got for you.
6 feet
So thanks
down.
for tuning in. Bye.